What's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Let me get this adjusted a little bit here. I think that's a little bit better. All right, who do we got here? We got your Bird's Eye. Whoa, welcome. Wednesday, hey Wednesday. Daggy Killa played Anakin at the pre-release event today and won the event. I almost played Anakin. I considered it. Yesterday played Count Dooku Cunning and won. Spamming droids worked so well. That was what I did, Joe Seiden. I was playing Count Dooku Cunning and it was a lot of fun. It was quite good. Alliteration Gaming. Yo, what's up, Levi? Good to see you here. 3-0 with Django today. Won every game that you saw your single P38 Starfighter. This guy? This card is insane. This card is cracked. Yep, huge fan. Okay. Oh, I'm very quiet. Why am I very quiet? Is it loud? How are we doing now? Okay, thank you all. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know, King. It's sometimes it's been a crazy couple of days, actually. I mean, I can say that the video is not out yet, but I've been not sleeping a lot, working on the Overpower gameplay video, which is a sponsorship thing with them. And yeah, there's definitely gonna be some details that I'm gonna miss. Things like we had to change the music and everything a little bit. That's a lot better. Okay, good. Yeah, Pinakes, good to see you. Welcome. I could be a bit louder. Okay, I don't know why that is. That shouldn't have changed. Hang on. Huh, I'm not sure why I'm quieter. I shouldn't be quieter. I might be able to crank it up. I know what I can do. Okay, I tweaked it just a tiny bit. I want to make sure that this is nice and audible, so let me know how we're doing. Mic is where it usually is. It's right here. I mean, if you want, I can get up here, but I don't need to do that, I don't think. Should be okay, I think, but let me know. If I'm still very quiet. If there's a few people saying that, then I can figure out what else I can do to tweak it. Taylor, why not 3 cases? Usually 2 cases is good enough to get the place of everything. I'm not just going to buy a case to chase a showcase, because I don't open showcases. Card Game Crypt, some overpowered tea. No, just it just took a while to get the video done. So it was a lot of effort, and it will be releasing. I was hoping it would release today. It'll be releasing soon. Perfect. Okay, good. Perfect. Good to hear. Thank you all. I appreciate your help in kind of nailing down a good viewing experience for everybody. So now that we've gotten through, that's our usual start to everything. So thank you all for commenting on the pre-stream question, by the way. It's something I'm gonna try and do that regularly, because I think that's quite a bit of fun to get some thoughts from you guys. I played, like I mentioned, Count Dooku Yellow. And holy cow, that deck was fun. That deck was super fun to play. Exploit cards were insane. I had several capture things, and they just were absolutely nuts. Capturing things was so cool in this format. OC Sobek captured so many tokens for just raw value. You guys have no idea. Okay, anyway, I'm happy to talk more about the pre-release as we go, but we have a lot of products to open today, everybody. So let me where are they? Here we go. I'll get this out of here. Trusty random cord. Trusty gold scissors. And it is time to crack into our first case. Let's get going on things. Y'all, do you think, let me know in the comments, are we going to end the no showcase streak tonight, or are we going to continue the no showcase streak? I would love to hear what you guys think is going to happen. I have my thoughts. I don't think I'm going to pull one tonight, but I want to hear from you guys. King, yeah, exploits a new keyword. You can sacrifice units to reduce the cost of things. And Count Dooku Leader is really fun because he lets you add exploit 1 to separatist units. And it creates a lot of interesting wombo combos it gets to do. All right. Taylor, you are definitely not ending the streak. I love it. Yep. That's what I think too. Oh, do you guys want to see something cool? Hang on, real quick. Before I crack this open, we had something really cool happen in our prize packs today. Let me show you this. Okay, so if you follow me on Twitter, you have already seen, you may have already seen this because I tweeted it right afterwards, but here, let me, okay, so you guys are familiar with what cards look like normally, right? Maybe, yeah, you know, greens and stuff. Where's like just a non, here we go. Like, we got a subjugating starfighter here. So we had a box of our prize packs today where there was a print coloration error. So here's a resupply next to the subjugating starfighter, which is these are the same color. This resupply is so cool. We got a bunch of commons. It wasn't affecting, like, it didn't look like it was affecting the rare slot. It was, I think, all just in the common slots. These cards got printed. And it's a little hard to tell some of them. Like, if you saw this in person, you'd be able to tell a little bit more that it's a little off. But they're very yellowed. There's a big, like, yellowing to all of them. So these are really wild. So that's really cool. I need 2 more of these resupplies now so they can all match. I need to find more. All right, let's see. Cole, your case didn't have one. No, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Josidon, you got a showcase from each of the first 2 sets and nothing so far in this one. Well, hey, that's awesome that you got a couple still, though. That's great. Yeah, I have to slab them, send them in. I guess I could, but no, I want to play with those resupplies. I think that's really sick. Had someone open a Nala Se showcase. Ooh, I would love a Nala Se showcase. I think Nala Se is really cool. Okay, so haven't opened a showcase yet in any set so far. Hey, me too. Me too. We'll see if that changes tonight. If I do, if I could be so bold as to hope I could open even a particular showcase, I would most like to see Palpatine. Palpatine would be a huge win. Would love Palpatine. Oh, he's so cool. Really like Obi-Wan. Really like Dooku. Those have been really fun leaders to play so far. I think Grievous is super cool looking. My boss wants to open an Ahsoka. Wants an Ahsoka. So if we get an Ahsoka, then we can maybe hook him up. Showcases are foiled full arts. Yeah, alternate art, alternate foiling. They're very cool. Lots of leaders I like in here, though. Quinlan. Quinlan's been a lot of fun. I think Quinlan's really good. Oh, interesting. All right. Well, this is not a stream for proselytizing, so just, yeah. If you came here to proselytize, you are gone. Bye-bye. Yeah, Palpatine showcase would be absolutely nuts. That would be a dream, man. That would be so cool. Yeah, each side is by a different artist. They are beautiful. Okay, so I feel like what's going on here? I feel like the stream's kind of dark. Don't you guys feel that way? I wonder if I can, hold on, let me see if I can do a quick lighting adjustment. Hang on a sec. I think that brightened it up a little bit. It's a little bit brighter. All right, cool. Paper packs, yes, King. We Star Wars uses paper packs. They're great. They're great. They're supposedly better for the environment or something. I don't know. I'm told that. All right, very first pack, guys. We have 12 boxes to get through today. It's going to be a lot of them, but please, drop comments, all sorts of stuff. We're here to chat. I want to know about your experiences so far with Twilight. Like, what decks and constructed are looking good? I certainly have some thoughts on things. We're going to start with Count Dooku, which hopefully bodes very well for the rest of the stream. Call out when I miss a hyperspace, because I'm really good at doing that, of course. And I do have a box ready for today as well, so that is great. We are not going to be doing, like, talking about the commons, like calling out the names of the commons or anything. We got too much to open to do that. We're going to start with a Tranquility and a foil Clear the Field. Is Yoda the one that's worth the most? Robert, I think it's Palpatine. I think it's Palpatine right now. I haven't been looking super closely. Anakin. Oh, Anakin would be a cool showcase too. I've been looking super closely at the showcase prices. You'd think I would, given that if I want any, I have to buy them. But Unnatural Life Rare and a foil Shock T. Shock T, I think Shock T is really sweet, actually. Shock T is a really good ECL and timely target. If you guys haven't been exploring this at all yet, but she can swing in 3 damage, knock out something from turn 2 or turn 1 or 2, and then also creates a Clone Trooper token when she does the attack. And then it's a 3/2 token while she's out. So it's pretty cool. She's pretty good. Card Game Crypt, yes, Grievous is in fact a deck now. You may play a Grievous deck. You will want to fill it with lots of cool droids. And then you can make your droids block for you. Grievous likes to give Sentinel to your droids. Here's a Hyperspace. Maybe I've already missed some. I bet I have. We have an Equalize. And foil Outspoken Representative. I had 3 of these in my sealed pool today, and I ended up not playing Heroism. So many people played Maul at pre-release. Yeah, that makes sense. Maul is just the straightforward stats guy, right? He's just like, he's good stats. He overwhelms. He's hard to like pin down, hard to stop. Maul is like the obvious, like, gonna be good in limited leader. We got a Nalase, our first rare leader. And we got a Hyperspace, Pike Palace. We have those in a separate pile, I think. So what do people think? Yeah, Shakti plays solid in double green Rex Trooper. Yeah, absolutely. She'd be great in there. That's like her home. King did call dibs on the Grievous foil already. What do you guys think so far of the set? Its impact. Oh, we got a first legendary, Planetary Invasion. The set's impact on constructed. Oh, this is a Hyperspace. Do you guys think, we've been talking a lot about the legendaries. The legendaries feel like there's nothing, like, no obvious, like, Vader power level legendaries or anything. There's a couple new mechanics. Tokens are a new thing. Is Twilight going to change the metagame? Or is it still just going to be Boba and aggro, Sabine, Leia, whatever? Or are we going to get some decks that actually can breach through? Kevin, yo, welcome. Hey, Elite P38 Hyper. Look how sick this is. Love that. Big fan of that card in general. Compassionate Center. We got a Malevolence for our Count Dooku blue decks. And then a foil Advanced Recon. I feel like Boba Fett is still a hell of a deck. And only getting stronger, honestly. Like, there's a bunch of sweet yellow and green stuff in here, and it's like, oh yeah, that'll be really good in Boba. I think, Alliteration, you were saying that earlier. Like, yeah, Elite P38 is great. Too bad Boba gets to play it also. Windu Hyper is cool. I'm starting to get closer and closer to the, maybe we just need to ban Fett train or something. Petition the Senate and a foil Elite P38. When I going to pull foil Jar Jar? Yo, Card Game Crypt. I played Jar Jar in the pre-release today. And I had a game where I put him down and played him, and he was sick. He was awesome. He turned that game around. It was killer. No joke. was a Jar Jar fan. Oh, I was supposed to put my leaders here. I haven't been doing this correctly all the time. Whatever. I always have to go back through my comments later and like fix everything. We have a hyper foil. Whoa. Obedient Vanguard Hyperfoil. Look at that. What a card that is. Woo! Probably not the sickest Hyperfoil ever, but hey, it's a Hyperfoil. Yeah, Boba just gets better, right? Right? Grievous unit is going to push blue villainy a lot, mostly for the efficient stat stick. He's a very efficient stat stick. I'm not sure he's going to move the needle that much. I don't know if the numbers are going to change everything that much with Grievous unit. That's the thing. I need to see that in action a little bit to really feel that way. We got a foil Masameta rare. I try to put my rares here, and a Shadow Collective Camp. Yeah, the foils are solid. I wish they would do more isolation of the card art, but they do look pretty cool. I think if they would isolate the characters on the art, they would be mind-blowingly good. The Jar Jar never taketh away, actually. He only giveth to me today. It was great. Big Jar Jar fan. Let's go. Swoo gameplay videos when king. Gameplay videos take a good amount of work, but that's one thing we were doing this week with the Overpower video is like testing some new gameplay setup, and I think it worked pretty well. So it certainly is something that we're gonna look to try and do a little more. Yeah. Yo, legendary Cad Bane, nice. That's a good hit. Yeah, if they isolated the characters, like you can imagine if the characters were isolated on this a little more, so the stormtroopers weren't foil or something, they would pop. They would super pop off the card. I would prefer that, I think. Where did I put my first legendary here? Gameplay videos are a lot of work. Card Game Crypt, you know. You know. Gameplay videos. If you want to make good ones, which I don't purport to make good gameplay videos either, but I watch good gameplay videos, and I mean those people have editors, right? Like a lot of the time they have paid editors who do it, and that's like the big thing. It just takes so much time. General's Blade. Yeah, Nick. I 100% Nick. Yeah. Cad Bane, just what Boba needed. Better yet, now there are two of them, Cad Bane and Boba Fett. Why not just have Boba Fett flip out and then immediately generate the resources to play? Now there are two of them. Well, he can't quite. You could play something first, though. You could play a smaller thing first, like waylay something, flip Boba out. Then now there are two of them, Cad Bane, and eat whatever else is still out. It's, man, I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. I'm really starting to fall in the camp of, I really feel like Boba is kind of limiting our options a little bit. We got a defensive Camino. Hey, I was testing a little bit of Republic stuff with this, and this card overperforms. I'm telling you right now. Oh, yo, Kevin, thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Have a good night. Robert, Boba suddenly has Cad Bane. Yeah, exactly. Maul can one-shot him with the new rare yellow base or with Cody. Yeah, the rare yellow base. The rare bases people are underrating. They're good. People underrate this too. If we can get a decent Republic deck, try playing this. If you have just like a couple of tokens out, I think you want to have 3 tokens out. When you have 3 tokens out, this is like crazy value. It's sick. Sabine and a foil Duchess's Champion. Sue foils look good on cards that aren't dark, which is a lot of them. I think the space ones still look pretty cool. I think they look rad. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hating on them. I'm not a hating Christensen. Count Dooku and a foil Relentless Rocket Droid. Count Dooku, I have not found a list yet where I really like him. Yeah, Clone Wars stuff rules. Exactly, Card Game Crypt. Exactly. Young Grievous Leader King. That's a wild idea. Like, yeah, because they could go to the comics at some point. They could totally fit that in at some time in the future. That'd be neat. We got a private manufacturing. Hyper. We got a caught in the crossfire. This guy used on me today. It was pretty sick. It murdered one of my big exploit things and put like 5 damage on my Dooku. I didn't appreciate that. Wrist rockets. Yo, any Battlefront 2 fans out there? Or Battlefront, or original Battlefront? I don't care. Who played Battlefront? Star Wars Battlefront was awesome. I just think of that when I think of wrist rockets. It reminds me of playing the like battle droids and stuff. Clear the field hyper. That's kind of a cool hyper. Looks pretty sweet. Bo-Katan and a foil rare Saw Gerrera. Assistant coach position open. I think that is filled by Kevin now, Taylor. That's a good comment though. Big fan. All right. We got, oh, yo, it's our spoiler card, Captain Typho. Have you guys been testing this at all? Because I think he's been pretty cool too. Typho seems pretty sweet. He comes down as a 2/4 Sentinel, and then he starts sentineling the most annoying thing for your opponent until they deal with him right away. I like this Typho. He's pretty fun. He seems solid to me. We got Barriss Ophi. I'm not a huge fan of this card. Feel like she's a little weak. People are like, you can force throw turn 1 with her. Okay, force throw my Sabine. I'll deal 2 damage to it or something. It's like it's a very low impact force throw turn to put 2 cards out and then it just dies. I'm not a huge fan, but maybe I'm wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong about that. We got a Hyperfoil Magna Guard Wing Leader here too. See, here's a dark foil, and I think this looks cool. Like, I think the dark almost helps the ships pop off the background a little more, which, like, creates a pseudo isolation effect. It's just like, it's a reverse isolation, and I think this looks really cool. Captain, it's not Captain Typo, Taylor. That's funny, though. Taylor, that's 2 good comments in a row. You're on a roll right now. Okay, it'd be cool to see a young Count Dooku who's Yoda's Padawan. That would be sick. Heroism Count Dooku? That'd be really cool. I agree. These are supposed to be here. I'm so bad at this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Y'all, I do not know what I'm doing. Okay, Ryloth Militia. We have Lux Bonteri. I have the high ground. I am so happy with how far they leaned into prequel memes in this set. I would have been severely disappointed if they hadn't put as many prequel memes, but like they basically covered everything. All of the major ones. It's awesome that they all have like card names or at least subtitles on units. Heroism Cunning. Yeah, that would fit. I like that. Wat Tambor. Waddy Boy. All right. We got another Hyperfoil here. Consolidation of Power, and a Hyperfoil Devastating Gunship. We're hitting a lot of hypers here. It's going pretty good. Fan. So I have a thing right now where I have like just 2 rare piles and I'm randomly putting them into different ones. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know. I feel like I'm only halfway here, everyone, but that's we're gonna hype ourselves up. We're gonna get really into it when we open that showcase. Okay. Poggle the Lesser, part of the Count Dooku turn 2 Malevolence combos, and a foil 0 the HUD here too. Is the sand meme in this? Interesting. No, that one is missed. That one is missed. Yeah, that we don't have an I hate sand meme, but hopefully at some point we get that. Nick, you're a fan of the Devastating Gunship. Yeah, it seems kind of sweet to me, actually. It does seem pretty solid. I feel like this would be an insane card if it was in Heroism and Young Han could play it. I think this would be, like, nutty, actually. But I think it's pretty sweet. It's good to have a Grit player to keep people honest with the Grit decks. Got some new toys here, too, which I think that's going to be really fun to play. All right, Sand Hill. Yeah, King, zero the hut. That's right. For your hut tribal deck. Now you got Jabba N0. We got a Hyper Quinlan. We got a Hyper Grim Resolve. Speaking of grit deck treats, this is maybe less so for the heavy grit decks, but for the like Grand Inquisitor decks that have a bunch of like cool raid units that you want to give the grit to and make just like a massive attack happen and catch your opponent off guard. Big fan. We got a legendary Satine Kryze. Yo, have we seen are boxes still mapped as far as legendaries? Have we figured that out yet? Yeah, Card Game Crypt, it's like all memes. It's like all memes. No, it's not all memes, but they're like they covered the gamut. Definitely have a lot of meme cards, which is great. Savage, Guerrilla Insurgency, and a foil Hailfire tank. I think you can't print a like prequel era set and not put in all the memes and expect to get away with it. Not in this economy. Hello, see here? Hello there is a card, and it's hello there is the closest thing to like a counter creature spell that we have. Just -4/-4 something if it entered play this turn. Boom. High Ground, Roger Roger. Definitely got those. Unmasking Conspiracy, foil old access codes. Obi-Wan's Aether Sprites, subtitle is This Is Why I Hate Flying. Anakin's Starfighter, subtitle is This Is Where the Fun Begins. They definitely did a good job, like hitting a lot of the phrases that you want to say. Twice the Pride, that's another card. On top of things is not like a prequel meme thing, but it's a funny card name. I like that card name in general. Fives, and here's Execute Order 66, obviously. Jedi sideboard card, Murder All the Jedi. Fine Edition, yep. Any Dathomir leaders beside Maul? Not yet. Maul would be the first one. Jar Jar Sith Lord Secret Rare. Hey, maybe we'll see it. And speaking of Maul, there he is. Maybe we'll be the first to pull a Darth Jar Jar Secret Rare that nobody knew about yet. Until now. We're going to end with a Hyperfoil at least. This is the last pack in box 1. And there's some non-prequel era stuff too. We got Jin, for example. A new Jin. And then we have a Hyperfoil Grievous Reassembly. Alright, that is box 1. Box done. I'm going to hydrate right now. Yo, there is no pod racing stuff. I bet they're saving it for a big pod race set. The set 7 is going to be called Now This Is Pod Racing. And it's just only pod racing cards. Boxes are 24 packs, King. That is correct. Empire at War card game, Crypt. Empire at War, I played a little of that. That game was sweet. Empire at War was really cool. I love the scale of the whole thing. Box number 2. Yeah, King, we could have a deck just like the golden age of Star Wars CCG, where the top meta deck is called Podrace Senate. And all you do is influence your agendas at the Senate while you watch pod racers pod race. And that's how you win the game. Imagine living in such a utopia where that is a top deck in Star Wars Unlimited. Enfys Nest. Yo, Sir Spod, that sounds sick. I would be so about that. Well, Cervini, it didn't quite kill the game. What killed the game was the money laundering. That was the main issue. It would have been fine if it weren't for the, you know, money laundering that happened. But we got a Foil Plo Koon and a Planetary Invasion first legendary in box 2. I literally have the Bounty Pod Race card, like, sitting on the shelf over here. Ready, set, bet. Yo, Randall, what's up? Welcome. I don't know. I think we're ready. The thing is, back then, back when CCG was happening, the prequels had mixed reception. There were the excited people, and then there were the people who were not excited that they were, you know, just that they were the prequels and stuff was weird, and you know, they were definitely aimed at like making sure kids could get into them and everything. The Zillow Beast and a foil rare Foresight. But these days, I think they could release a whole pod racing theme set, and I think people would eat it up because people have so much love and nostalgia for the prequels now. Just like why this set was very exciting. Oh, I'm sorry, Taylor. Yeah, embezzling is... I think embezzling is the correct term. Thank you. Yeah, embezzlement is actually the yeah, not money laundering. Thank you, thank you. I apologize for misspeaking there. I'm going to blame that on being extremely tired. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. People would just be pumped. Yeah, embezzlement. Not laundering. It was like the CEO's brother-in-law that had embezzled a ton of money out of the company, and then it became very difficult to renew the license and keep going. So then they had to like pump out reflection sets and everything to try and just make a lot of money, power creep the hell out of things, so people had to eat everything up, and it still was not enough. Sad. And thus, we lost the game, and then a lot of other stuff changed after that. Big butterfly effect following that just minor embezzlement situation. Yeah, King, that's what I'm talking about. If they did a pod race exclusive set, it would be pretty exciting. People would go crazy over it. Pringling on the V-Wing card? Yeah, there's going to be some pringling on these. The rares are coming out a little bit pringled, actually. You're going to get some pringling on these ones. Hyper Vanquish. I didn't even realize they reprinted Vanquish. Maybe I did. No, I remember that now. I did see that. Oh, I'm not. This wasn't even a foil, though. No, this is fine, I think. This is okay. The non-foils should be generally pretty alright as far as pringling issues. Foil Hailfire. Javen asks the question, who's the leader of the set that you're most excited to make a deck of? I have had a few decks I've been really pumped about. I have some fun Dooku builds, a couple of different ones of those. I thought I was going to be really pumped for Yoda, and then I haven't been able to make Yoda like feel good yet, but I have an Obi-Wan list I've been working with that I like quite a bit too. Finn and a Foil Vanquish. The first deck I'm building is a new Afra build. Which is not from the new set. Probably going to build Afra and like Obi-Wan to start. I imagine those might be the first two then. So probably Obi-Wan, I guess, is what I have to say. But I don't know. I really like a lot of the leaders in this set. Need to copy GA foils? Tell me about it. You know what, guys? You guys know that I always say this, but every game needs to copy a lot of things from Grand Archive. They know what they're doing there. Have to take your dog out for imposter me. No, Taylor. The embezzling was what killed Decipher. The embezzling was what led to the licensing issues. It's all one thing. I don't want to... I might have misspoken or I just misrepresented the scenario, but the scenario is, as far as I remember, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, CEO's brother-in-law, I think he was the CFO or something, and started spending money frivolously on stuff, embezzling it, embezzling the money, and then it goes undetected for a very long time. And they start coming up on the time where they need to pay Lucasfilm an exorbitant amount of money to continue using the Star Wars license exclusively. And they're like, cool, well, looks like we don't have money. And then they had to, you know, figure that out. So then they power creep the hell out of things for episode 1 and forward. Reflections and episode 1 sets started releasing. And they just had to get people to buy as much as possible to do any attempt that they could to get the money. And it didn't work. We have a rare Unmasking a Conspiracy and a Hyperfoil Coruscant Guard. Sir Spud have a picture of an SP2 Furious which came out more curled than CSR in the same box. Yeah, Sir Spud, we're talking about GA foil starting in Mortal Ambition. They have upgraded their technology starting in set 5. They did a live stream where they literally put foils in a rice cooker and turned it on and cooked the foils with steam. And the Mortal Ambition foil came out barely, like, just the time, like, I don't know how much, like it was like this, maybe something like around that, from a rice cooker that was turned on. So the foils in GA are extremely resistant to humidity and curling now, starting with set 5. But if you go to an older set, that's why they made the change. GA has a lot of fans in Southeast Asia, and it is just, you know, it's very humid there. And that was very bad for the foils. We got Droid Manufactory, and hey, this is our first Hyperfoil Rare. Equalize. That's really sick looking. They also made an adjustment to the ink where they're technically edible now. Yes. I don't know if those are two related things or two separate changes that happen at the same time, but yeah, you are, look, you guys might know, I don't shy away from eating cards, right? Like, my favorite, if I'm going to eat a card, my favorite are Yu-Gi-Oh! This is what I keep around just to snack on. So, Dark Gray has been really good to me. It's been a nice snack. So, I don't shy away from eating the cards if I get hungry. Like, it's not like I'm going to always eat cards, but, like, you know, sometimes you're opening these packs, or, like, you're editing a video, and it's like 4 a.m. and you don't want to wake up the house. You don't want to wake up your wife. So instead of going up and finding a snack, you're just like, well, you know, I got Yu-Gi-Oh cards around. They're pretty good. We got a rare Equalize and a foil Savage Press. I don't swallow though. Straight up though, this is gonna sound absolutely unhinged, but I have put too many cards in my mouth, just in the history of being alive on this planet, and I do think Yu-Gi-Oh! Are some of the better tasting ones, which I know is just an unhinged thing to say, but it's how I feel. Sorry. We got a Hyper Kraken, we got an Admiral Yularen, and a Hyperfoil Droid Commando. This looks really cool. Oh my god, Nick. That is funny. If a mall showcase is miscut in half, is it lore accurate? Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Well, Sir Spud, Hot Pockets you need to get hot, right? I mean, unless you're the kind of maniac who has cold Hot Pockets. That is truly like, you guys think me eating a card, like taking a bite out of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, is unhinged behavior? Cold Hot Pockets is just insane. We got a clone. Legendary. Guys, what do we do with this card? What the hell do we do with clone? I don't know what to do with this thing. When do you put this in your deck? What decks do you put clone into? I can't figure out any, like, sort of... I can't figure out a good reason to slot a 7 mana clone in my deck. Because, like, in Magic the Gathering, your clones are like 4 mana. And because it's like a gamble, you're like, well, you need to put something in play. And sometimes you can clone something huge, but you don't have control over what it's available. So you get a discount on it when that works out. Making your clone 7 resources is like... well, just play something good that's 7 resources. I don't understand the value of that card, but am I wrong? Like, is clone good? I need to hear from y'all some thoughts on how do you play clone? Do you play clone, or is it just like bad? Clone Crate Dragon? Yeah, take 7, unless it's your Crate Dragon. But in which case, you don't need to clone your Crate Dragon. You have a Crate Dragon. You win the game that turn anyway. Clone Snoke is not unique. Yeah, you can clone Snoke, but again, you have a Snoke in play. You're doing good. There's so many decks that have to just straight scoop if they don't have the answer to Snoke. Put it in Boba. Clone Vader? Just play Maul. If you have Vader in your deck, instead of cloning Vader, just play Maul, because then you don't draw clone without Vader. That's how I don't know. That's how I feel about it. It'd be better just to have a thing that isn't quite Vader, but is still super good, rather than a thing where it's like, well, if my Vader gets to sit and play, then I can have a second Vader. I don't see this as great in control decks. I definitely don't think that's the case. I could be wrong 100%. Like and I'm totally open to being wrong and discussing it, but the reason I don't think that is that control decks need to be able to present the answers to things. And it's more like a combo type situation. I need my deck, all the cards in my deck need to be able to be flexible enough to be an answer on their own to things and not require me to set up some crazy thing already in board, and my opponent goes, dang, I can't deal with that. And I go, cool, well now you have to deal with 2. It's really fun sounding. I think clone's a fun unique, right? I think clone's maybe a unique that is not printed for competitive play. But I still wanted to discuss. Clone Jar Jar. Now hang on. Hang on. Now I think we're talking. Yo, Clone Jar Jar is hilarious. Clone another Luke, another -6 removal, and restore piece. Yeah, but you have Luke in play. I mean, and I guess for better or worse, you don't get the -6/6 unless something died, which you can set up pretty easily. But like when you play a second Luke, you actually get to -6/6, even if you had nothing else die that turn. But, you know, having 2 giant Lukes in play is pretty cool. We got a Gore. I've been trying to get Gore to work. I think he costs too much. I think if Gore costs 10, he'd be playable. I don't see him as being super playable right now. I hope I'm wrong. Like, I hope we see some of the top decks, the first, like, well, whatever the first tournaments are, because I don't know when Store Champs are going to be hosted or anything. And I hope it's like, yeah, Clone was insane. Unless it was, yeah, Clone made Boba better. That's the part I don't want to be true. Obi-Wan's Aether Sprite, Sand Hill, Drew Hill, Foil Aggrieved Parliamentarian. Best card, Underworld Thug. Yo, clone Underworld Thug. If there were 2 Jar Jars in the prequels, the Senate would have never fallen. But Jar Jar was the one who put up the emergency vote. He's being manipulated by Palpatine. I don't know, if there were 2 Jar Jars, it might have gone twice as fast. Got a Hyperspace Enfys Nest, a Slymore, and a foil Relentless Rocket Droid. Well, is more the answer to people missing playsets from Spark. Ooh, Nick, interesting. That's an interesting thought. Yeah, hey, I can only afford 2 Vaders, so I'll play a clone. It's still not as good, but that's kind of cute. I like that. R2-D2. Yo, you guys, I'm on this train of both R2-D2s and Marauder in your deck list. Is like that's a really sweet combination. Watch out for those wrist rockets. The new R2 pitches the old R2 and then sets you up to Marauder. In case I need to explain that to get the free resource. Very cool. I played that in the Quinlan list I have right now. It has been pretty neat. I like our new R2 actually, I think is really, really good. I think people knew that, but I'm just saying, I'm a fan. Hu Yang and Foil Kraken. All right, that was box number 2. Box number 2 was just another straight 3 legendaries. We haven't gotten any foil legendaries. No hyper legendaries. No hyper foil legendaries. We've just been in a couple of raw 3 legendary boxes, but this one did have a foil hyper foil equalize rare, which looks really sweet. All right, I had to dump this case up. I'm having trouble grabbing it. New R2 is the Inferno 4 Heroes was waiting for. Big true, Nick. Big true. New R2 is awesome. Nick has great takes today. I'm just shout out to Nick with awesome takes tonight. Loving it. All right. Box number 3, pack number 1. We are hopefully going to get something cool soon. Is it a Paz Vizsla? I wouldn't say that's super cool. Unless there's a showcase Paz Vizsla. In that case, I'd be building a Paz Vizsla deck. Yeah, wait, I want to go back and answer. Javen had asked me earlier what deck I would build first. If I get a showcase of any leader, it will be the first deck that I build and play at our first local next weekend. Yo, there, speaking of foil legendaries. Hey, nice. Foil Grievous. Finally got one. Let's go. Hyperfoil Clone coming. Yo, it could be any legendary. It could even be a Jar Jar. Foil Grievous is pretty nice though. That was kind of that's probably our best open so far. Good thing to find. We like that. Get another Hyperfoil in here. Hyperfoil pack. We got a Petronaki Arena. And yo, Hyperfoil Volunteer Soldier. Let's go. Wow, what a hit. What a hit. So many lightsabers. Yeah, I want to see, so send a screenshot, or someone post in the main deck Discord a screenshot if you ever get 4 lightsabers onto a Grievous in a competitive game of Star Wars Unlimited. I would love to see that happen. I don't think that's going to happen very often, but it'd be cool. Got a Jin, Foil Warrior Drone. Yeah, massive dubs. Massive dubs on the Volunteer Soldier. Let's go. Wow. I'm going to send that in for grading, actually. I'm going to grade that one. It's definitely worth. I'm going to pay for Super Express. You know, might as well. Oh, hey, May. May's huge today, so that's cool. What's up, May? Invisible Hand and Foil in Pursuit. Oops. Whoops. Get confused. Invisible Hand is awesome, though. It's a fun card. Can you defeat a Grievous with Hello There? Yes. Hello There does -4/-4, so it is perfect to defeat a Grievous the turn they drop the Grievous. Nick, yep. So you showcases Grand Inquisitor and Kira. You got good ones, too. Those are very playable decks. Very playable. I, on the other hand, own my Hyper Ahsoka. Nice. Hey, this box is making up for the other ones. This one's delivering on the legendary front. We got a Morgan. We got a foil Magna Guard. Hello there. Yeah, here. I posted it in the YouTube community, but my showcases that I haven't pulled any of these. They were all bought or traded, but like I own like Chirrut and Hera and Kylo, and I just ordered a what's the Afra. I ordered an Afra because I really am excited about the new build of that. The Leia's the only like playable one, like good one. I mean, I'm gonna argue that Kylo is actually really sweet, but Leia's obviously the best, the most playable of my showcases. And that was a trade I did right after Spark released. Showcases taste better. Oh no, Randy. But yeah, that's so I tend to have a habit of getting the showcases that are for less playable characters. I've never even once played that Leia showcase. I just kind of wanted to have a showcase because that was right after I opened 3 cases of Spark and didn't open one. And so I had a local, a friend of mine who he opened 2 Leia showcases and was cool trading one. So we did a trade. I was like, sure, if you got 2 of them, I'm happy to trade for it. And it's just sat around. Like, I will probably do something with it at some point. Like, I want to build some cool Twin Suns deck with it or something, but I'm not an aggro fan. I don't love playing aggro, so I tend to just build decks that are mid-range or control or combo or whatever. I like that a lot more in this game. In most games, I just don't like aggro. I don't know what it is. It doesn't work for me. Ayla legendary. And a foil hotshot V-Wing, blurry in the background. Get that bokeh going on. Kylo Cutting got some love this set. Yo, Kylo got love in general. And then also a Grief's Parliamentarian, which, in my opinion, did not need to be printed. But hopefully people do not actually run that in their sideboards. Because all the fun Kylo stuff I like to do involves, like, reanimating stuff. And I do not want you to aggrieved Parliamentarian me ever, please. Clone Wars. And a, foil Daring Raid. Love it. Big Daring Raid fan. Mid-range is the way. Control, honestly, though. Like, I play heavy control decks. I like that playstyle way more than I should. It's for me. I like to have opportunities to outplay. Like, my big thing is I get upset playing aggro decks in anything because it too often comes down to, did I win the die roll? Did I get the fast opener or whatever? I'm not saying that it entirely comes down to that, because 100% there are outs you're playing too. There's math you're trying to do correctly, but I like games going longer and me having more agency over how the game resolves. I always feel like when I play aggro decks, I don't have the agency that I would prefer to have. Savage, Hyper. And hey, it's the stream art. How sick is this art? I love this art. Have they done a playmat with this yet? I can't remember, but that needs to be a playmat if it hasn't been one yet. Synchronized Strike. Foil Clone Commander Cody. Card Game Grip does indeed get upset playing against control. Can confirm. Yeah, Nick, this box has been pretty hot. This box has been fire. I legit am feeling kind of hungry, actually. I might go back on Dark Goat. I might hit the Dark Goat back up again in a little bit. You know, I think I use another hit of the Dark Goat, if you guys know what I'm saying. Hyperfoil Rare, Foresight. That's actually really sweet. If I can figure Yoda out, then I might play that card. An Indefensive Camino. Look, I said it earlier. I'm just going to mention it one more time, you guys. Try this. If you're building like the Republic, like the Rex deck, try this card. It is kind of sick. You'll play this card, you'll take initiative, you'll play the card, and you'll go, oh wow. Oh wow, I'm about to like make a huge play this turn. Because then all of your dumb clones crash into all their stuff, heal everything back up, and then they have replaced themselves. And you're like, I just like wiped your board, healed by its base, and then nothing changed on board for me. Indefensive Camino, I'm saying it right now. I think that card is going to be highly underrated until people start to use it. I'm definitely, like, I'm going to be trying to mess around with the Rex deck a little bit and see how, wow, another legendary, Satine. I hope it just doesn't get too aggro for me, but that's the kind of card for me that's like much better than straight aggro attack your face. Like it lets me attack their board, and I like attacking your board. I want to attack your board all the time. If I can exclusively attack your board until the late game, I'm gonna be very happy. Yeah, these 4 legendaries so far, and we're like halfway through the box, including a Hyper and a foil. Satine and Ayla. I mean, Satine is a legendary. Satine is one of the legendaries that you can open. That's kind of the end of my analysis of Satine. Petition the Senate and a foil phase 2. My Hyperfoil Foresight. Oh, you're right. I put it in my rare pile for some reason. It should be in the Hyperfoil pile, I guess. I always go back and forth on how I sort these things. Thank you, Robert. You guys got my back. I love that so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. But did I say that? I didn't say it yet. Thank you all. Maybe I did. Thank you all for being here tonight. You guys make my opening so much fun. I love having the community here. I love people chatting about cards and decks and everything. I feel like I always have a great time when you guys join me for these. So thank you. Just thank you all for being here. Rare and a foil low altitude gunship. Okay, I probably should have gotten a new garbage bag before we started this, but we'll deal with it, what we got here. We should be okay for a while still. All right. Got a hyper independent senator. Look at that. Look at that man. You know he's independent. He's a strong independent senator who don't need no man. Double rare, impropriety among thieves, and foil unnatural life. Dan is so drunk on swoo and no sleep. Mostly the no sleep part. I did get some sleep. It's not no sleep, but I'm on low sleep. Django. Okay, I will say, if I open the Django showcase, it is super beautiful, but I'm not a massive fan. That is one where I will probably try and trade it locally instead. If I get a Django showcase. Most showcases I think I hold on to. I don't think the leader is going to be super viable. So I know that's a hot take for some people. I know that's a hot take. But it's my special take. As a content creator, when I signed up for YouTube Partner, they had me sign an agreement that I would have hot takes. I have a quota of hot takes that I have to have every month. So, there's one of them. Foil on the doorstep and tranquility. And another hot take is that Aphra is better than people think. I will have a new Aphra deck profile coming, I'm pretty sure, by the way, with my new build. It's so fun to try and make kind of wonky leaders work. I have too much fun doing that. To me, that's one of the most fun things about card games, too. Like, I love playing games competitively. Like, I do that a lot. Like, I'm definitely most competitive with Grand Archive, and it's going to stay that way for a while. With Star Wars, I think I more often play kind of goofy decks, and I think I'm just going to settle into that a little more. Like, if you're looking for a channel that has the profiles for the latest Boba and Leia builds or whatever, I'm just not going to... I'm not going to be able to make the time to do that with everything else I cover. But if you like weird builds, if you want to see my latest Hera concoction or my Aphra thing that I think is sweeter than people realize, then you guys are in the right place. That's what we're going to be covering here. Which I know is contradictory with what I just said about Django. But Django isn't interesting to me. I just don't, he's not interesting. That's the big difference. He is beautiful. The showcase is gorgeous. It's a beautiful showcase, but I don't know. I just don't, I don't see myself really getting into that deck. But maybe if I did get a showcase and it was Django, maybe I would start by trying to build a Django deck and just try it before I trade it off. Maybe I'd be like, okay, maybe I'll love it. Maybe I'll actually love it. This is actually my second Hyperfoil subjugating Starfighter. I opened one at the pre-release today too, which is cool. Actually, I think this card's kind of cool. It's not bad. For the Republic. That's such a lie. Taylor, yeah. That's fair, Taylor. Shadow Intentions, because they couldn't leave Lurking Ties to Tarkin. They wanted Boba to have it. Yeah, I don't think Shadow Intentions is going to be that playable. Lurking Tie, having it built in on a Raid 2 body for 3 is like... I feel like it's the package that's good with Lurking Tie and not just the ability. Yo, this box was cracked. You guys, this box was literally insane. Now there are 2 of them. Is our third regular legendary hit in here too. I thought you had to sign up to apologize for any hot takes that hit social media. That's pretty funny. Yeah, you do have to do that too. That's part of the agreement. That's a little farther down on the page. Oh shoot, I got a bad deal. Wait, what deal? Card Game Crypt, I'm sorry, I'm too tired to remember what I said 2 minutes ago. I don't know what bad deal I got. I don't remember what we're talking about. I'm just talking about Django. Droid Manufactory Foil Zero the Hut. You can play Django Super Control with all that tapping. Yeah, but just kill them instead. It's like if you're overwhelming barrage, using overwhelming barrage on your flipped Django or something. Like, what is this board? What is this board where you have a bunch of things that aren't battle droids that die to a single damage anyway, and you have to tap them down instead of just going kill that, kill that. Like, what is this situation? To me, the reason why I'm not a fan of Django is it's just like the situation seems so contrived where you actually get an insane like tap thing. Otherwise, you're just going to be attacking or using overwhelming or something on stuff in play and just kill it. Instead, feels like it's going to be the better decision most of the time. Again, maybe I'm wrong. You know, I don't think I have the obviously just like correct take, listen to me all the time. But I just don't see it right now. I don't see it. The deal of needing to post hot takes every month? Yeah, it's at 8K card game. It's at 8K. They renegotiate the agreement at 8K. Free hot take. More card games need less human characters. That is a free hot take. Yep, that's out there for everyone. You are welcome to grab it. You have to pay nothing to... In fact, you are forced to take that and put it in your memory. You have heard it here now, and it's not going anywhere else. All right, Mr. Bones. I think that's our first Mr. Bones, I think, in a foil Knight of the Republic. So this box is in the running for the best box, which, I mean, it's not hard right now as the third box, but this will probably remain in the running for best box until the end of the video. That's a great box full of good legendaries. 4 hyperfoils too, including a hyperfoil rare. Like, let's go. Box was sweet. Hot take, draw more cards so you can play more cards. Every game needs more card draw. Draw 2 games. This is not a hot take. That's a cold card game crypt. That's the coldest take you could have. People love drawing cards. The only thing people want to do is draw cards. I'd say that part of the reason people play card games instead of playing chess or whatever is because they get to draw cards. We just love drawing cards. It's about the coldest take in the world to say more card games need to have card draw. Like, yeah, that's what we want to do. Please. Draw 2 games rule though. Draw 2 games rule. And I count Grand Archive in that too. Not everyone. Sometimes people push back, but Materialize Phase is super card draw. It's a super card draw, and thus it counts. Wait, this box feels like really stacked. Hang on. This is the right number of packs in it? I just opened 1. There's 12 on that side. This box feels weird. No, it's got the right number. All right. We're good. Cold take, but games don't do it. Yeah. I mean, Lorcana's, in my mind, one of the biggest offenders of this. Like, I don't think you draw enough cards in Lorcana. You should draw more cards in Lorcana. Pokemon fixed it by just printing 1 million cards that draw cards. It's just infinite card draw all the time in Pokemon. If your game doesn't have it built in, just print more cards that draw and just make people play them. King, we had a really sweet box. Our legendaries in the box were nuts. That's about the Foil Grievous, Hyper Ahsoka, Ayla, Satine, and now there are 2 of them, which I think is, in my opinion, is the best legendary in the set. Just feels stacked to the showcase is heavy. I love it, Nick. I love that. I'm here for that energy. Hyper Grim Resolve. What cards? Let me ask you guys this. Because I've mentioned a few cards so far that have stuck out to me that I wasn't super hot on right away. And then I came around and like, wait, no, actually, I think this is really sweet. Or like, just kind of, it was really unassuming. Have you guys found any hidden gems so far that you think once people start to play with, they'll be like, oh, this is actually really good? Like another Steadfast Battalion in set 1 is a great example of a card that right away, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just like, draft chaff common or whatever. And it's actually like a piece that is really important in the metagame, for some decks to be able to like ECL and kill leaders with something. What, yeah, a true king. I did get the Foil Grievous. Yeah, have there been cards for you guys that have stuck out? Hidden gems, cards you didn't think were going to be very good, and then you've been like, you played at the pre-release, or you've been like testing on force table, whatever, for whatever that's worth, or Carabast, or actually just proxying, or you've built decks you played. Like, what cards have stuck out to you? Now you play it and you go, oh wow, no, this is actually super good. Heavy is a really solid 4-drop for red neutral. I can see that. Heavy seems like he's statted really well for what he does. Yeah, I could see Heavy working out. Asajj, I think that's our first Asajj. Asajj is so hard to play. I was trying to build Asajj decks and like, you're on the razor's edge the whole time. You have to have a lot of courage to play Asajj, I think. Wow, what a pack. Look at this. This pack rules. Hyper Saw. Steela. Wait, how cool is this? Guys, look at this pack. This pack is wild thematically. Okay. We have Saw and his sister, Steela. And Steela has, when played, search the top 8 cards of your deck for a tactic card. And we got a tactic Daring Raid Hyperfoil in the same pack. How sweet is this pack? This is one of the coolest packs I've ever opened in this game. Just from like a Star Wars fan perspective. This pack is so sweet. I love this pack. Wow, that's so cool. Plus, I love Daring Raid, so I'm just happy to get that. Perilous Position for me is a super good new removal staple. Which one's Perilous Position? Which one's Perilous Position? I'm blanking on what card that is. Perilous. I'm looking at the uncommons. Is it an uncommon, or maybe I can find it? I'll just look it up. Let's be easier. Oh, the -2/-2 upgrade. That's when played exhaust attached unit. That's an interesting one. I have definitely not looked at that card at all. And that's interesting. I'll have to take a peek at that. I'll have to think about that a little more, because it does. Yeah, I mean, like, it can definitely neuter some stuff pretty well. And exhausted for the turn, save a little damage. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought about that at all, but it's cool to hear. Is there a popular card that I feel is just mid or not worth it? I mean, from the new set, I already went through Django. My hot takes on Django. I think Grievous is mid too. I think Legendary Grievous is mid. I feel that I could be wrong, but I have felt like so far, like, it's just not. I put him in a couple of lists and like, he's like, yeah, it's fine. This doesn't seem like that good. Breaking In. Randy killed me with this today. Ugh, this was lethal on me. This is a cool Hyperfoil, actually. Hang on. This looks sweet. I mean, this is awesome Ahsoka art, too. I think the Showcase Ahsoka, I'm not a huge fan of the Showcase Ahsoka art. It feels a little bit like they did her a little dirty. Oh my god! camera, please. Camera, please. Okay. Camera, excuse me, please. Remove the Phantom Tie without relying on Traitorous. It does indeed do that. Limits big units. I had 2 in my sealed pool and used both on Maul Leader. He still is a buff. He's still giving Overwhelm to everything, though. That is certainly a perilous position to put yourself in. Hey, Card Game Crypt, I might be wrong. No. Hang on. Card Game Crypt, wait. I'm saying, back up. I'm saying Grievous Unit, I think, is mid. I think he's fine. Like, I think this is a fine card to put in your deck, but I don't think he's, like, crazy good. And I think some people think he's really, really good. I think Grievous Leader is actually really sweet. I think Grievous Leader is awesome. And you play Grievous Unit in there, and he'll work really well in there if you build Blue Grievous. You can definitely do that. But, like, if anything, Grievous Unit is just good because he has a couple of decent traits on a 4/4 body, and the rest of his text is basically meaningless. Foil, clear the field. I think, I think if you want to build a Grievous deck, though, and you build on Grievous Leader, I think you build an awesome deck. Newt Gunray. About time to put my commons away. I have too many of them here. Thought I pulled another one just to talk about it. No. No. I mean, I want to pull more because I'm definitely going to play, like, I'm going to put Grievous in decks. I'm definitely not saying he's bad. I just think he's overrated a little bit, right? Certainly playable. This card, underrated. This card's another hidden gem for me. Favorable Delegate. Y'all, a 1/5 for 2 that makes your hand bigger for usually a couple of turns at minimum. And then if you bounce it, you get to keep the extra card. And if you defeat it, you have to discard a card. But some decks like to discard cards, like Dr. Aphra. This is a cool card. This card is really good, though. I think this card should see more play. Also, Republic Official, good traits. It's going to work. It's going to do some cool work in some decks. It's a good card. People should play it. Barriss Offee is a card that some people think is good. I mentioned this in the first one we pulled. I think she's very overrated. I think if you want to play Barriss Offee, force throw me turn 1 and kill my 2/1 or my 2/3 or even like you might even just do 2 damage to my 2/3 or something. I think if that's the way you want to play the game, I'm going to be happy with you doing that every single time. I think force throw has so much more potential impact than hitting me on my hand. Think about it this way too. I don't even know if I'm arguing with anybody. I'm just arguing with myself right now. But I've read the long Facebook discussions about Barriss Offee and force throw and stuff. And the way, a thing I like to think about is that at the start of the game in Star Wars Unlimited, you have the least control over the quality of your hand than you do at any other stage of the game outside of going to top deck mode, right? But in top deck mode, force throw is already more powerful because it's hitting a higher percentage of your hand. But at the start of the game, you have a 6-card hand, of which you might have a few cards you like and a few cards you don't. And you're often going to keep a hand that, like, on average is going to be an average hand. It's going to have a few cards that you want to have at that stage and a few cards that you don't necessarily care too much about. So if you force your opponent to force throw on turn 1, you're getting usually one of their most average or worst cards. Whereas if you save your force throw for later, you have the potential to hit their better cards. You have the potential to save your force throw to actually like nuke a leader or something by pitching something from your own hand or get lucky and something from theirs. And you're able to hit things that are more impactful to you at that stage of the game than hitting your opponent's Sabine or whatever. So I am not that's why Barriss being just a 1/1 dropping, letting you do a force throw thing, like cool, then whatever. I'm just going to kill the 1/1 with like literally anything later on. And then we did a 2 for 2, except you discarded usually one of my least impactful cards, and you discarded and you destroyed maybe like one of my least impactful units. It just, on both ends, you're getting the least impactful part of the play, which is why I don't think it's going to be great. So, I'd love to hear other takes on that too, Sir Spud. That's, yeah, like I'm certainly, I've read a bunch of them. I've thought about it a fair amount. I feel pretty solid about my take on things, but, again, we'll see some results. Maybe I'll be totally wrong. Like, nope, it's great. Force throw is super cool, but I think theory-wise, it feels like that's where I stand on it. You know? Yeah, Taylor, that's right. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, sure. Sure, yes, that's a very silly thing to say, but it's important to keep in mind just that your opponent isn't always going to have like, oh, wow, the perfect curve, and now you've disrupted my game. They're just going to pitch the like 4-drop or whatever if that's the least impactful thing, or they've kept a hand with 2 2-drops and they just pitch the other 2-drop and like you don't even kill anything with it. They either pitch something that they are going to play later, that they were going to play so much later that it doesn't matter, they'll be able to find more, or they'll pitch something where it just, it doesn't even kill anything in play because it's so low cost, and they just happen to have a hand that had multiple of those things. But later in the game, you've been able to sculpt your hand a bit more because you've drawn and resourced turn after turn. You put down your bad cards that you didn't need that game or at that time, and you've kept your good ones, so later force throws actually hit better cards on average outside of when the opponent is drawing way too many cards. But at that point, you know, force throw should be targeting yourself anyway. Fine addition that brings back an upgrade from any discard. Oh, wait, hang on. Grievous unit. Gar Saxon, another fun target for upgrades. True. Yeah, Grievous unit's pretty cool in Gar. Yep. I like that. Are 2 to 3 cost cards like the average for play cost of cards? Yeah, I mean, average in the middle of a curve is, yeah, probably like 4, honestly. But I'm just saying at the start of the game, you play a 2-drop and you sometimes have multiple 2-drops in your hand, depending on the deck you're playing. Or you keep in your resource and you end up keeping like 2, 3, 4, 6 or some lineup like that. And if they just like want to kill your 2-drop, you just pitch your 6-drop. You're like, whatever. Okay, my 2-drop takes 6. And then next turn you play your 3-drop and you just keep going with the game and you'll find more 6-drops later on. So it like didn't ultimately matter that much. I don't know. It was a very spirited discussion on Facebook, and it was it's one I definitely had an opinion on. Hey, there's another Grievous. There's another Grievous and a Hyperfoil low altitude gunship. Which is kind of a cool card. But yeah, King, the game is definitely like a curve out game. So your decks are built to curve out specifically. You want to be playing something every turn. You want to be using all your resources. The game is very, like competitive play for the game is very razor thin margins on winning or losing. So like missing full value on a turn, like not being able to tap all your resources and play stuff in some decks is devastating, like game endingly tough. Not always in every deck, not always. There are some decks that skip turn 1 because it's advantageous. They're control decks that don't need to play anything turn 1 and they'll control things just fine without it. Aggro decks, anything close to that, you need to be using every resource possible. And that is part of the reason why Fett is such a powerful leader in the game and sort of the dominant meta force in the game, is because Fett gets to use more resources than the opponent throughout the game. That's it. Kind of like GA in regards to card economy. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's probably a fairish thing to say. I think I have more games in GA where I miss value, I miss resources on turns, and I still am doing fine. Like, yeah, I'm going to back up a little bit and say GA definitely has, like, you are totally cool with, like, not using every resource available to you some turns because controlling what's in your memory is, like, more important. Whoa, okay, cool. We'll end this pack with a foil Gore. Legendary. Nice. Showcase, next pack, 100 on it, says Pseudo. All right, Pseudo says there's a showcase in here. Pseudo, I'd love it. I'd love it. I do not believe I can pull showcases anymore. I don't believe that showcases are ever something I will pull. Nope. No showcase there. Sorry, Pseudo. I can send you a PayPal link. Legendary Planetary Invasion. Oh, Hyper Self-Destruct. Almost missed that. And an series. Series. Not really. It's about making sure you have actions that affect your opponent. If you're not, you need to take the initiative to make your next turn more impactful. Okay, Sir Spud, yeah, I do want to back up. The initiative is the most important thing. The initiative is the most important thing in the game because it absolutely impacts how you're able to interact with your opponent. Yeah, it's probably too much of a blanket statement to make. So I think that's fair. Thank you for pushing back on that because I think that's probably true. However, I do think that when taking the initiative is either less important or when your opponent is very aggressive with the initiative, the number one way you punish them is by having aggressive plays back. But more importantly, what I want to get at is the idea that, you know, it was coming into this from the idea of playing on curve being very important in this game. And I think that that goes hand in hand with the initiative because, yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't think it's valuable to give up the initiative to play a couple extra an extra 2-drop or an extra 1-drop or something. I don't think that's actually very useful. But part of being able to efficiently take the initiative more commonly is making sure you are efficiently playing on curve. So having a curve is important so that you can be playing be playing a 4-drop instead of a 3-drop, a 5-drop instead of a 4-drop. And then that allows you to get the full value for your turn and take the initiative, which is obviously going to be the ideal scenario. It's rather nuanced. The game is certainly very nuanced. So it's hard to just blanket statement as like I was sort of trying to do there. Thank you for trying, Pseudo. I, of course, appreciate the efforts and the good wishes. Yeah, Sir Spud, 100%. 100%. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I was jumping the gun a little bit on talking about economy, but it's really about how efficiently you're able to spend those resources. Because the winner of the game is the person who has the initiative at the right time and the best use of their resources, I think, but those two go hand in hand, right? Like you need to have both sides of it. You can take the initiative all the time right away, but that ain't gonna do you much good if you're not playing anything, or if your opponent's playing better stuff than you the whole time. It's not gonna be that useful. Do we have a cool... Oh, it's an on top of things. Oh, Jason's gonna be super excited about that. Hyperfoil on top of things. That looks pretty rad, actually. And yeah, like, I want to say Sir Spud too, because people don't always feel like they can hop into chat and say like, hey, I don't agree with you, random content man. I don't agree with you on a thing. People are like embarrassed to say that. And I want to thank you for just popping in and being totally cool with being like, hey, that was a bold, I can swear on my own stream, but whatever. That is a take I disagree with, and you're an idiot. Well, you were kinder than that. But yeah, I'm always happy to hear that, because I think all you're doing is you're improving the conversation, right? So you help me step backwards and readjust my take so that I'm not misinforming people. Legendary Unlimited Power. Speaking of memes, we were talking about those earlier. There's another one. Are there any leaders or cards that can manipulate initiative? Like if opposing player has initiative? Yeah. There's a bunch of cards that are going to their effect is going to be based to some degree on who has the initiative. If you have the initiative, this gets blank or whatever. Subjugating Starship. This is one of them. Starfighter. One of these hypers we open. It has ambush, which means this can attack a unit in play the turn it enters play. And then it has, when played, if you have the initiative, you create a battle droid token, which goes in your ground arena, and then you can use that to exploit, to play more stuff. So yeah, initiative is huge. Initiative is super, super, super critical in Unlimited. It's very different. I'm putting my comments away, by the way, guys, so bear with me for a second. It's very different going from Altered to Unlimited. In Altered, you don't have control over whether or not you have the initiative. It just goes back and forth each turn. So sometimes, like, I have a deck that the deck I just did a profile on, it wants to start the game second every single game, because what it does, excuse me, what happens in the game when your game is about just passing back the initiative back and forth is that you have certain turns where you want to go first and certain turns where you want to go second. And so you want you want to get whichever starting position lines up with your most important turns. So for that deck, it's turn 3 that I want to be going first all the time, if possible. But I have no control over whether or not that happens. I just roll the die at the start. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, the Tower of Commons is crazy here. Currently, yeah, yeah, that's right, Nick. There are none that are like, if you don't have the initiative. Also, I'm waiting for them to print an effect that says like small effect plus you take the initiative or something, or an effect that can take the initiative from the opponent after they've already taken it. Like, there's some room to play, more room to play with initiative. That'll be really fun to see. So that box, how was that box? What do we think of that box? That box was pretty cool. It had 4 legendaries because we had the foil Gore, and it had that Guerrera family pack that I'm probably the only person here who thinks that was super cool, but that was one of my favorite packs I've like ever opened in a card game. It was really fun just as a lore fan. That was awesome. That was like opening a pack and it's like Luke's lightsaber or something. Like that'd feel cool too. I feel like a set 4 or 5 rebel mechanic of coming from behind could involve not taking the initiative. Ooh, I like that idea. That's fun. Are there any playstyles or decks that like it when opposing player takes the initiative? Yeah, sometimes when you're playing a control deck, you get into positions in the game where you want your opponent to have the initiative because you want to respond to what they're playing rather than be answering the stuff they already have in board. I would say those are less common. Well, no, I'd say I play a lot of control. It's just very game context dependent. Initiative is... What the hell? Why'd I open this pack and it started with a foil? My foil was backwards. My foil in this pack was flipped around. Yeah, okay, Joe, yeah, you never take the initiative. Yeah, like you do want to respond to the opponent sometimes, but also sometimes you can't let the opponent start the turn necessarily in some cases. I think it's not, I wouldn't cut and dry it like that. And it just really depends on the context of the deck and the game state. I think more often than not. Okay, anyway, Previsla. Level 303, 1313, I mean, excuse me, level 1313. I was like, where's my common pile? There it is. I hadn't started it yet. Uncommons. General's lightsaber, and as we saw, a foil Coruscant guard that was, he was going the wrong way. Mr. Spud, were you here at the start when I was showing this off? I have a bunch of these. I don't remember if you were here at the start. I'm sorry, but we had an error box at our pre-release today in the prizes, and a bunch of people got to open these like super yellow tinted cards. These things are so cool. Look how weird these look. They're like sepia toned almost. They're wild. I love that. I would love to open more of those. I would love more boxes full of those. Like, I'm legit. I think I'm going to talk to the other people who open those packs of the pre-release and be like, hey, do you want to trade your... If they have resupplies and stuff, like I want I want more of those. Those are fun. All right. Slymore and a foil self-destruct. Bowen Peterson, no showcase yet. What's up, Bo? How you doing? No showcase. We are never lucky with showcases, but maybe eventually we'll find one today. I will probably lose my mind if I see one, just because I feel like it's it's been a long time coming. You're at the Duskmoor pre-release. You got a pack where every uncommon is upside down. People don't seem to mind anymore. No, it's like I've seen it so many times that it's like not a huge deal. I don't usually see the card totally flipped around at the back like that. That was pretty unusual. But yeah, I've seen a lot of upside down cards. It doesn't strike me as too weird. I mostly just like to I like to be superstitious about it and hope that it means that there's something weird about the box and I'm getting a showcase, but I'm never actually opening a showcase. Guarding the way. Heavy. Yeah, Heavy. Coordinate Raid 2 is like pretty sweet too. I agree with that take earlier. Heavy seems pretty awesome. I hope Heavy gets some play. Count Dooku. Haven't been super impressed with Dooku yet, but I haven't played him a ton either. I gotta mess around with some other decks. Bo, if your luck is a bad thing, please don't give it to me. I don't need any help with having bad luck. I do that plenty on my own. I'm doing great at that. Oh, what am I doing here? No, you guys, my base pile got infested. Okay, there we go. Subjugating Starfighter. Elite P38, second hyper of this. Cool. I want more hypers of that because I'm going to play that card. I'm going to play that card a lot. I think the card's great. We got a Malevolence and a foil Daughter of Dathomir. Yeah, it would be so sick if we could get another error box like that one in here tonight. That would be awesome. I would love to open just a ton of those weird tinted cards. I'd go wild over that also. All right, Jesse. Pyrrhic Assault and a Hyperfoil Infantry of the 212th. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks cool. And then this is a legendary, Pyrrhic Assault. I haven't gotten to try this one yet. It's a little more niche, obviously, with the double command. But I mean, it does remind me of Defensive Camino, which I like. I think it's good. Broke. Yes, we are still on case 1. Central Scrutinizer, yo, welcome. I'm glad to hear there's a showcase coming. That's what I need. That's the kind of energy I need tonight. Thank you so much for joining me to bring me that energy. I hope it's coming. I want one. I want it bad. Ah! Oh no, I'm doing things wrong again. Everything gets thrown off when you empty the common pile. We have a fine edition and a foil independent senator. Will be a fine addition to the independent senator collection within 3 boxes. Okay. We have this box and then one more box left in case 1. And then we are on to case 2. I don't know. Like, when you're in my position and you're this many boxes in with no showcase, it is very hard to believe that it can really happen. So it does not feel like a thing that actually has any likelihood of happening whatsoever to me. Not at all. Like, I used to believe, like earlier on in the streams, I would be like, oh man, guys, I don't know if we'll open one, but in my heart, I was like, yeah, I know it's going to happen. But I've been let down enough times where I just go, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Like, it's just not a thing that I get. Always buy 3 boxes and got a showcase in both of the first 2 sets. Well, I'm very excited for you. That's awesome. That is insane luck. That's super great to hear. I know a surprising number of people who have opened a surprising number of showcases. Gore Legendary and a Foil Trade Federation shuttle. And I have opened, as to my knowledge, the highest number of boxes of anyone I've talked to without opening a showcase. It just don't happen. That ain't real. At least in the Grand Archive streams, I've been pretty good at hitting CSRs recently. That has helped. Hyper Equalize, Bo-Katan, and a B1 security team foil. Because if I was missing in both of these games, that would feel really rough. And I did off-stream hit a gold pack in Altered when I opened 3 more of my Kickstarter boxes. So we were hitting, you know, we're kind of par for the course on some of those, which is good. Captain Typho, our second Hyper Typho. Ah, I did it again. Gosh darn it. Excuse my French. Okay. A Zillow Beast and a foil Unshakable Will. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Scrutinizer. I agree, but that said, you know, whatever happens. I don't know what these are. Just whatever. I'll figure. There's some cards sitting to the side. I don't know where they came from. They aren't a showcase, so who cares? ETA 2. Hyperfoil is a cool one. It's a common. We got Count Dooku. We got a Hyperfoil Dwarf Spider Droid. Yo, this card punches above its weight class as far as aesthetics in Hyperfoil. This looks sweet. Cool Hyperfoil Dwarf Spider Droid. Left GA seat a bit after Ascent Ontario. How's the game? A bit after a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Interesting. I mean, it hasn't changed much because that was like 2 weeks ago. It's good. We had a GA Locals today. Had some fun. I was playing Tristan. Right after our SWU pre-release, I jammed some GA games. Had a good time. I think the ban restricted list announcement and the Proxies Vault card and the errata, I think all that was really good that they did because after Ascent Ontario, they... Oh, Ontario! I'm sorry. No. Toronto is on Ontario. This is my lack of sleep, guys. Taylor's going to kill me for that one if he's paying attention. But, yeah, sorry. Ontario, California. God, it struck me again. Yeah, bro, there was one in Toronto, Ontario a couple of weeks ago. It was the weirdest one yet because we had 22 of the top 32 decks were the same deck. Every like major team stumbled on this Win Vanitas deck after set 5. And during the closing ceremony, they announced an errata to a card, a new Proxies Vault card that's just a card from set 6 that they moved up so people could play it right away. And then a Baby Gray Slime going to category 2 on the ban list, which means it probably has a good chance of getting banned in the next month. So it was a really good response that should handle, you know, it's the kind of response that you wish other companies would give to decks being like 6 of the 8 decks in top cuts constantly. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. All right. Well, thanks, Taylor. Thanks for going easy on me. Yeah, like the biggest thing about GA is just how they treat their community and game and like where other companies stumble a lot. Like I see FFG sometimes, like you guys, if you listen to our podcast, Jason and I don't pull punches, and we I think very, very respectfully criticize things when they deserve criticism from FFG. And I think we praise things when they deserve praise. And sometimes we be criticizing, you know, and we do that. I have a hard time criticizing Grand Archive. Like there are very few things where even that event had a pretty ridiculous meta share that was worthy of criticizing. But then immediately at the event, they're like, "Oh, okay, before you guys all leave today, here's how we're solving the issue." Do that. More companies do that thing. Do that. It's so good. Oh my goodness. Wow. Because you can't nail it 100% of the time, right? You're gonna miss out on some stuff. Yo, Raymond, good to see you again, bud. Thank you for coming in. Wishing good luck. Hope you get to see some of our cool polls. And yeah, swing back and chat sometime if you feel like it. Yeah, GA creators, man. Oh my goodness. They know what they're doing. They're so good. Saj Hyper, that's cool. Prize support, top notch. Transparency, top notch. Initiatives that they do that are pro player, top notch. So cool. Amazing stuff. But do they have Hyperfoil Advanced Recon Commando? I don't think so. I don't think they do. Not yet. Showcase next pack. Power button, yo, welcome. They sure do, bro. They sure do. They support the community in general very well. So let's see if you're right. You're wrong. You guys are so silly. You come in and call showcases. As if I can open showcases. I'll win that bet every time. Ooh, foil Luminara. That's our first Luminara, actually. I have not opened a single Luminara yet. Until now. GA. Raymond got a showcase mace. In your 2 cases. Congratulations. Yeah, that's right. You had crazy luck set, too. I remember that now. But that's awesome. Showcase mace, man. That's killer. Congratulations. Hey, hitting any showcase. Guys, we don't all get them, okay? Be grateful. That's awesome. GA, very clear with their ban list and categories. Yes. Yeah, you'd think a company with infinite capital could, like, figure it out, but not always easy to do, apparently. Malevolence and twice the pride, double the fall. Do enjoy the gameplay loop of SWU better. That's fine. Yeah, that's fair. I like both games for very different reasons. I enjoy playing them both massively, though. I was on Cloud 9 today. I was having so much fun the whole day, going from Twilight pre-release, which is just a blast, doing crazy exploit lines with Dooku, having a great time. Then playing Win Tristan in locals, having a good time. Didn't I get one of these Hyperfoil earlier? Is Magnagard? Yeah, it's our second Hyperfoil Magnagard Wing Leader. That's interesting. This card's, holy cow, actually, this card's really good. Punishing one, it's like Punishing One stats, and that Punishing One was good for its stats alone. But it's in green and has Leia double droid attack once per round. It's kind of wild, actually. That card's sweet. Yo, Limelight, welcome. Keep doubling the bet and sending it back. Oh my god, I'll become a rich man. Then I can buy all the showcases. That's the true strat. 200 IQ strategy. I love that. Kit Fisto. First Kit Fisto today, too. And Wartime Trade Official Foil. Yeah, I'm going to be... GA, because of the way GA supports the game and everything, I'm going to be traveling an awful lot for GA in the next year. I'm still going to try to make it to... I'm definitely going to try to make it to Star Wars Worlds. That's so tough because they put it the week before Gen Con. But I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to try to make it if I can. And be traveling for a ton of GA events. Playing in a bunch of them. Hopefully casting some. I'm trying to, I need to get some Nats qualification points here. I'm lagging behind. So if I'm not asked to cast Nats, then I can play in Nats. Or if I just play in Nats anyway, because it's good to do. I don't know. We have to, I am not even there yet. I got to get there. I got to get points. I got a few ascents before I have to make any decisions like that. And hopefully at least one regional that I get to play in. Yeah. Limelight, I feel like Limelight lurks a lot. And then when GA starts getting talked about, he woes in. This is our final box of Case 1, everyone. Final box of Case 1. First pack. Anakin Skywalker. And some commons and some whatever. And a Masa Meta and a foil Duchess's Champion. Don't need to worry about the Nats points while I'm around. Yeah, I can just grab a bunch off of Taylor to play probably. But I really want to get a backup charger so I can turn it in at Nats and get the promo backup charger, the CPR backup charger. I really want to have that. So hopefully I can get one for myself. Foil private manufacturing. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it too much because this is a SWU stream. We're talking SWU, but all I've hoped for, from my perspective, just so you can understand my perspective related to SWU and GA, all I've hoped for so far with SWU has been that Fantasy Flight would look at how GA is doing the competitive game, competitive circuit, tournament software, point system, player rewards, prizing. All I've hoped for this entire time is that FFG would just look at all of that and just go, hey, that's a good idea, and copy it. Because if they did that, oh man, I don't know. I would, my wife would kill me. I'd just be gone every weekend playing in events all year long. It's almost a good thing that they refuse to look at how GA is doing it. Every game refuses to look at how GA is doing it because not every game can do it that well. I wouldn't be able to afford it. I appreciate it, Lime. I really do. I really do, man. Thank you. Oh, deciding still salty about the, about the convention exclusives. No, that's fair. I understand. I sympathize with you. It was a wild scenario. It was a wild game to play. Yo, how fitting. Okay, we got a Cad Bane. First of all, Cad Bane Legendary. Great, we need these. But foil Hyperspace Captain Typho, our preview card from set 3. Guys, it's the most fun thing to me to open the card I got to preview for the set. In the like the high rarity like this. I love that so much. I'm so happy about that. And then I opened my GA stuff and didn't open a single Imperial Seal of any rarity, any printing, which was sad. All right, but yeah, that's great. That was a cool pack. Twice the Pride, 8 from the Innocent, foil Republical Tactical Officer, Republic Tactical Officer. Live, if it didn't have a TCG, I would have 100% tried to get it. Yeah, man, it's fun. It's a good time. Star Wars rules. Wow, look at all these hyperfoils. We're going off on hyperfoils. We got a POW City, and we got a hyperfoil Political Pressure. I've tried playing this card a little bit. I'm not sure it's good. I never like giving my opponent choices anyway, but it only costs 1. But this hyperfoil looks sick as hell. This is a very cool looking card. Nice hypers. Better than getting a hyperfoil trooper thing. What's the thing called? Volunteer soldier? Yeah. That'd suck to get one of those. Maul, the Nest. We got a Hyper Knight of the Republic. We got some uncommons. We got a Luminara. We got a foil. Draw 3 for 5. There's a million Magic cards that have different names that do that. Opportunity, or is that the instant one? At 6. I can't remember now. It's been too long. My Magic brain has left me. I used to be an encyclopedia for Magic. Now I don't think anyone can keep up with all the cards anymore. Too many. Foil Clone Cohort. I hope at Gen Con this year, it's also going to be really weird that because they have the Worlds the week before, I don't know what kind of events they'll run at Gen Con, but like, for SWU, but like, man, if they run more, I really hope the prize payout is better. The prizes were pretty rough at Gen Con last year. I don't think it was great from a prize perspective. Which is tough because if your Gen Con events should I don't know. I'm of the opinion that for any game, you should go all out with your pricing at a major con like Gen Con, because you're trying to get new players to come in and try the game and go, wow, I felt like I was treated like a king or a queen playing that game. I felt like they really treat their players well. And the people who travel in and pay for a badge, and then they take their precious con time to play your game, like, man, you gotta walk away with more stuff than, like, the only people who made money playing who made value, I just clarify, who had the ability to make money, who got real value, outside of like randomly opening a showcase out of a prize pack, but like as far as like product or whatever that they received, are the top 8s of the major events. All of the pods, like everybody walked away not getting much, even if you like won it. It just was, yeah, I don't know who came up with the structure there, but it was a little weak, and I hope they improve it this year. Yeah, one of the big pods and won and got 3 packs, baby, which is like a half of your entry fee or something. It was frankly somewhat insulting. I still played them because I wanted to have fun and play some Star Wars, but like, man, I didn't like it, and I have very publicly blasted it every chance I got, just because I people, yeah, it's like we need to tell them that they need to hear it. I think Kiadi Mundi legendary. It's their first one of those. Nice. Pretty good legendaries in this box so far. Wow, Sir Spud, love that. Yeah, not just the people who steal from the vendors. That's awesome. Great reference. But yeah, no, like for real, you should be leaving Gen Con going like, man, that was so sick. Like Gen Con wants you to do that too. Do you think Gen Con wants people to go, I don't really feel like that was worth it? You know, like I feel like it should be a whoa, foil, hyperfoil legendary. And it looks really sweet. I don't know if this card is any good at all. I think it's pretty bad probably, but that's a cool looking hyperfoil legendary at least. Let's go. I love the landscape deal here. That's sweet. All right. I don't have any sleeves. Do I have sleeves somewhere? I'm sure I do. Just give me a second. I'll grab a sleeve. All right, I got a few sleeves. Yeah, it's definitely flavorful. It's very cool. This is a very cool legendary. I don't know how playable it is because, man, 12 is a lot. But readying 3 things and pumping them and giving overwhelm is like, that's a hell of a way to end the game. Maybe I'll toy around with a funny deck at some point. Try it out. Or maybe I'll throw it in a box and look at it sometimes when I'm looking for other cards and go, oh yeah, I forgot I had that. That sounds more likely, to be honest. Impropriety Among Thieves, Squadron of Vultures foil. Believe it or not, that is the collective noun for vultures. That's actually not. I don't think that's true. They're probably like a mandate or something. A mandate of vultures. That sounds like that would be a good one. Double rare pack, Mr. Bones, and foil Slimer. So, yeah, I mean, I expect Worlds to be really sweet, right? Like, I definitely want to try to go to Worlds. The problem is Gen Con for us every year. Gen Con is like it's a big weekend where a group of friends, we all just like go together and hang out the whole time and you know, kind of screw around. Like last year, Main Deck Jason and I from our Swoo podcast, we went and we were walking back to the hotel at one point and chatting, and we saw some ping pong tables out. So we hopped on. We're like, hey, let's play some ping pong. So we played some ping pong, and we were getting really into it. We weren't actually keeping score or anything, but we were just volleying and having fun. And then, oh, another legendary, Resolute. Look at all the legendaries here. And then we were getting really into it. And then at one point, I hit it. And it like must have had some spin on it somehow accidentally. Because I don't know what I'm doing. And it flew off to the side. And this ping pong ball flew and like without no rim went straight into a trash can. And this is like a public ping pong table that's set up just for like people to sit around and play, and had one ball sitting at it. And it flew into the trash can, and we're like, oh no. And we look and maybe we can get it out. And the trash can had been emptied recently, and this trash can was like 4.5 feet tall or something. Like, it was a tall can. And I look at him like, I'm not reaching. I would have to like literally double myself over and like to dip my head into this can to, or like get my shoulder in there and stuff to get this ping pong ball out. So we were just like, and we just left. We just like ran away. Like, whatever. Sorry, ping pong table. We threw your ping pong ball away. So to me, Gen Con is just about stuff like that. It's just about like kind of screwing around, playing card games. I get to see a lot of people who like watch content and want to talk. That's always so fun. I love talking to everybody when I have a chance to, when I'm not like dashing to something or whatever. But it's really just about kind of getting together and screwing around and playing games and having fun. And you know, to some degree too, there's a fun game there of like trying to make your money back or make money on it with all the like the swag. And I enjoy that part of the Gen Con experience too. Definitely did pretty well in a few areas for like making the value back last year. Indie tall trash can meta. Secret table tennis prodigy. Yeah, no, I don't think that's true. Roger, Roger. That's our first Roger, Roger, and it's a Hyperspace. And a foil Padawan, Hyperfoil Padawan Starfighter. Oh, no wonder I'm confused. Here, let's go there. So, I really want to go to Gen Con again. I'm like, that's very important, but I have to work out how to go, because like I like can't miss Star Wars Worlds either, right? Because I think it's going to be insane. I think it's actually going to be awesome. I hope they're going all out for it. And I feel like they have to be going all out because they weren't going all out for any of the other events so far. So like, maybe that's copium. I don't know. But yo, we got a Hyperspace Gore and a Fine Edition and a Foil Grievous Reassembly. So there's another legendary. Well, a lot of legendaries in this box, actually. This box was... This is our last box in this case, and it was packed with legendaries. A Hyper Asajj. Shadowed Intentions and Foil Tactical Droid Commander. We got just a few packs left in our final box here, so if this case is going to hit a showcase, it's got to happen pretty soon. Shakti, Morgan Elsbeth, Foil Merciless Contest. This is pretty sweet for me today, actually. I had a situation where all I had out was my Count Dooku leader, and they had just played something really sweet, and they had nothing else out. I'm like, cool. Destroy it. Defeat that. And I will defeat nothing. Normal foil Hyperspace Gore in same case. Very true. We're running the Gore Gauntlet. Newt Gunray. Spider Droid. We have Invisible Hand. We have Geonosis Patrol Fighter. Also has been overperforming for me a bit today. All right, last pack of case 1. If we're going to get a showcase in this case, it is inside this pack right here. Josidon Worlds is open entry this year, which is why I have to go to it, I feel like, too. But if you win a PQ, if you win a Planetary Qualifier, you get a day 1 buy. It's a 3-day tournament. Also, it's grueling. Holy cow, that's so much tournament. And apparently, as far as I understand, if nothing changed, they're supposed to have a side event regional day 2. So if you scrub out day 1, then you get to play in a regional qualifier as well. Yo, Chancellor Palpatine legendary here. And a Hyperfoil Vanguard Droid Bomber. What the hell? How many legendaries did we get in this box? think we started on Cad Bane, so that's a 6 legendary box. 6 legendary box. Wow. 4 normals, a hyper foil, and a hyper. That's pretty wild. First Chancellor, first Kiadi. Was that first Cad Bane? No, second Cad Bane. Our first legendary was Cad Bane. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Doing pretty. We need our case 2. We need to see a couple more now. There are 2 of them. I don't want to chase this down. I don't want to have to chase it down. So case 2, we're looking for more. Now there are 2 of them. Yeah, it's 3 days, Taylor. Darn tootin'. All right. Let's dive into case 2, everyone. Let's dive into case 2. All right. Maybe this is the one. So this puts at, we're at now 37 boxes, no showcase. And some loose packs I don't count in the account either. I don't count any of the like loose like locals packs I've gotten without a showcase, the content creator kits they send, the pre-release kits. I don't count any of that stuff. I could probably add several more boxes to my count as well, but I just count the individual like sealed boxes that I've opened, which has been 37 boxes of SWU with not one showcase. But maybe I was told it would be in the next 3 boxes. And this is box number 3 following that count. Yep, Central Scrutinizer, exactly. Thank you. And also with you. You're gonna need a lot of judges. Yeah, Taylor, it's gonna be wild. Taylor, you wanna come? You gotta come with me since you can't go to Utrecht. Oh, most importantly though, we got our 3rd Hyper Elite P38. So now we can jam all 3 of those in our Afra deck. So that's good. That's nice. We got a cool Hyperfoil and a Grievous. Whoa, this pack's sweet. All right, this pack's awesome. We got a Hyper Pow City rare base. We got a Grievous, and we got a Hyperfoil Republic Tactical Officer who's gonna be a staple in Republic decks. Great Hyperfoil, nice legendary, cool Hyper base. Let's make it 43. Why not, Taylor? Surely I see you guys in New Zealand. Lime, no, I'm sorry. Singapore was enough for me. I can't take another long trip right now to... it's so much easier to go to Europe from the US than it is to go to Oceania, Southeast Asia. It's a lot to go out there. So, unfortunately, no, we won't be at Christchurch. If they ever invite me... Yo, wow! These packs are being fire right now. This box has been crazy. Hyper unlimited power in this pack, and then we got 5s. Okay. All right. 2 packs, 2 legendaries. Just that easy, folks. Just that easy. Taylor, it's in Vegas. It's in Vegas, baby. Should we get a room together? Tear it up with me. Let's go. All right, fine. I was hoping every pack would have a legendary in this box, but, you know. Oh, well. We got plenty of boxes. We're going to find our other... Now there are 2 of them. Because we only have 1 of them. And I would like to say now there are 2 of them. Foresight and Foil Volunteer Soldier. I would love to go to New Zealand too, Taylor. I would love to go at some point, but... Yeah, I mean, I can only take 1 trip to the other side of the world, Southeast Asia region, probably per year at best, if that. Traveling is expensive. All right, Admiral Yularen and Foil Infantry. I will always be at GA Worlds. There are 2 reasons I'm not at GA Worlds. 1 is I'm dead. And 2 is the game's dead and it's not actually happening. Those are the only reasons I'm not at GA Worlds. I mean, I guess if they put it on the moon, I'd have a tough time getting there. But if they put it on the moon, if they ask me to cast, I can still go. I would love to cast on the moon. That'd be fun. Foil impropriety among thieves. Foil rare. Foreshadowing for them putting GA on the moon? Yeah. I already know. I was told by the devs that Grand Archive Worlds is on the moon this year. Pretty sick. Hyper Assage. What we got here? Tranquility. Tranquility is not home one. That's kind of unfortunate. I wish Tranquility was a little closer to home one. All right, Taylor, let's go, baby. That'll be fun. Let's go play in Worlds and scrub out real bad because everyone's playing Boba Fett. I guess we just play Fett too. I mean, if I'm going to Worlds, I'll play a real deck. I won't screw around with my weird decks. Yo, I love this Hyperfoil. Obi-Wan's Aether Sprite. This card has also been overperforming for me. I think this card's sick. Yeah, well, I mean, Worlds... So last GA Worlds had an Ascent at it. Worlds is an invite-only event for GA. So that they had an invite-only event for 16 players, and then there's an Ascent at Worlds, but that Ascent was a team event. Teams of 3, no more than 4 of any card or 1 of material deck cards across the entire team. And it was extremely cool. And actually, the winners of Ascent World were Team Main Deck. Not me, I was casting, but Main Deck Taylor, who's in chat here, as well as Main Deck Mitch, who shows up sometimes in chat here, and Kyle, who's part of the Main Deck team also, competitive team also. They won Ascent Worlds because they are good. Lime, you were playing a sweet deck, dude. That was awesome. You were playing Water Rye, right? I think you were playing Water Rye, if I remember right. Yeah, yep. They said wait for December 5th because they're gonna announce it's on the moon. It's very thematic. Well, it's not at all actually, but maybe if they have a moon-themed set. There's no. Yeah, there's. I don't think there's any real moon references in like Mortal Ambition or anything, right? We got a Dooku and a Hyperfoil Freelance Assassin. I feel like this is the first time I've ever read this card. When played, you may pay 2. If you do, deal 2 damage to a unit. Huh. I don't know. Maybe that's not bad. Ran into all the eruptings with Mind Freeze. You positioned yourself. What? Oh no, that's good. That'd be good actually. Yeah, you just Mind Freeze them out and they can't do shit. No, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, that's killer. You position yourself perfectly. Okay, uncommons. Unnatural Life. Foil guarding the way. Whoops, I mixed this around. There we go. Only 1 Terrafring, Sir Spud. That's right. I hope Star Wars does teams at some point too, because not like in a Twin Suns, like 2-headed giant like format, like a competitive trios tournament. Because they're always, I feel like every game, trios is like the most fun thing. Working with the team, strategizing with your deck builds. I think it's awesome. We need more of that. Yo, there we go, Sir Spud. There's the theme. Hyper Mall. Cool. First one of those, I think. Hyper Mall. Hey, where's my showcase? Planetary Invasion Legendary and a foil droid cohort. Yo, Pinakes with the hot deep cut lore drop. There we go. Thank you. See, I knew it. I knew there was a theme to it. Barris, Offie, and Foil Malevolence. I wouldn't be surprised if they did teams again for Worlds and just kind of kept it. It was very popular, and it's got to be like, it was interesting then. It's got to be way more interesting now. You know, it's got to be like have only grown in how interesting it is with more sets. Team events rule. Oh, Gore, good. Gore's my new Dong Zhao. Love this. Gonna keep opening more Gores. More Gores, please. Give me more Gores, and I don't want any. Now there are 2 of them. Why would I want that bad card when I could get more Gores? Hyper Grenade Strike. Slymore and Foil Grim Resolve. I think Teams is a fun thing to do at Worlds just because there's a lot of camaraderie. Worlds is really about like celebration of the game and the players and everything. It feels really right to do. I like it. So I do hope they continue to do that. And then I hope Team Main Deck wins again so that we can hold the title. Team Main Deck has the top tier Teams players in the world. Foil R2. Nice. Should get a Hyper Foil R2. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Main Deck had the strategy, Lime. They strategized where to place themselves. They were like, here's where Lime is going to be. Boom. They're actually like, it was really funny digging into the player psychology of which seat to seat yourself at, trying to figure out where people are placing like their aggro decks and stuff, because you have the limited communication. It's just like from someone who enjoys game mechanics and stuff like that, analyzing stuff like that, analyzing how people approached gaming, which seat to sit in, is hilarious. The limited information, or the limitation that you work with is the limitation of information, because only the center person can talk to people on either side. So a lot of early strategy we heard people talking about was to place your fastest deck in the middle, because your fastest deck would finish the game sooner and be able to actively help the 2 people to the sides. Whereas the people on the sides, when they finish their game or whatever, or even during a game, they could only talk to the person to their left or to their right, the person adjacent to them. So now if you think, okay, everyone's going to place their fastest deck in the center. First of all, what are their fastest decks? Are we expecting Erupting? Are we expecting Allies? You know, aggro decks? And then what do we place in the center to beat that? And then where do you put your aggro deck and everything? It's so like, there's this little, it was a fun game to try and figure out where to place everyone. And I thought that was one of the coolest things of the team event. You had to talk. You could only talk to the person on your left. You couldn't pass it on. You couldn't be like, hey, tell this to Mitch, pass it on. Yeah, it was just, you could talk. You just could only talk to the person to your left or right. You're directly adjacent to you. Lime. Yeah. Mitch was playing, not Diana, he was playing Water Xander, and he was locked in that weekend, bro. Like, he's really good at the game already, but bro was locked in. Bro carried hard. He was doing great. I mean, everyone was doing really well, but like, there were a lot of rounds that I was, from talking to them, that I was watching and stuff, that really came down to, well, Mitch clinched it, thankfully. So now only one of the others needs to win. He was very consistent in his wins that weekend. Okay, so we're almost to the end of this box. We haven't got the showcase, which is unfortunate. I totally expected it. No, I didn't totally expect it at all. I don't expect a showcase at all today. I literally have no idea what it feels like to open one, and that's not going to change. Legendary Pyrrhic Assault. I know a lot of me going, oh, that's game, you have lethal, when Duckhats didn't. Oh no, Lime, oh no. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Like, that's the stuff that's only possible in Teams events. So yeah, like I'm saying, I hope Star Wars does Teams events too. I think it'd be really fun. And Unlimited Power Legendary, nice. And a foil Grenade Strike. How do we do there? Because this is a 6 legendary box, actually. Yeah, that's right. This one started really good. And we had double unlimited power in this box. Starting with Grievous, unlimited power, hyper. This box had 5 regular legendaries. Just 5 non-hyper, non-foil legendaries. No showcase, though. Nope. Not yet. I have a... what do I plan on doing? Hold on. What do I plan on doing with all the cards I've opened? They get tossed into a box, and I have someone who's going to come over at some point, and he's going to get... he's a friend of mine who just wants playsets of stuff that I have extra. And he's going to, like, organize my stuff for me in exchange for playsets of stuff. Because I have way too much to do to take time organizing, unfortunately. So that's what I do with that. Sleeper card, the set power button. I've named a few so far today. There's a few things that I think people are definitely sleeping on that are super good. And there's some things people are looking at already that we know are going to be super good. My music stop? Yeah. Music, please. View more. Okay. More music going. Yeah, Taylor knows. Taylor knows. No, I can't complain about the box. You're right. Let's see. What have I said so far? I think Defensive Camino is going to be something that people think is just stupid, but it's actually when you... I think it's going to be worth playing because when you have the board and you play it, it's going to be just nuts. Unnatural Life Rare and foil Shadow Collective Camp. Is this isolated? No, I don't think so. Okay, because some of the bases were isolated in that one in foil. So I said, let's see, I said that one. I think Obi-Wan's Aether Sprite is really strong. I think the Geonosis Fighter, the common, is like sneaky good. That's a sneaky good card. Oh, the 1/5 that draws a card when it dies, discard a card. I think that card people are gonna super underrate. Bro, I haven't played a ton of Twin Suns. I thought I was gonna play more than I have. It's been mostly a time issue for me. Hand out the commons like Halloween candy. If I had anyone to hand those commons to, yeah. I frequently give out my extra commons to random new players and stuff for every game because I obviously have way too many. But it's tough for me to take the time to... Whoa! That's our first Darth Maul. It's a Hyper Maul in that pack. Nice. Foil Clone Heavy Gunner. So it's tough for me to take the time to like organize extra stuff to like give out to people. Yeah, if I could just make a bulk box of stuff, but Obi-Wan. Oh no, the commons. Hold on, the commons are too high here. The commons are too damn high. I gotta fix this. Too many commons. Alright, that's better. I'll deal with the uncommons later, but yeah, so I'll figure out what to do with my extras. I'm not totally sure, but it's gonna, the first step is gonna just be organizing things when I can get my friend to do it. But yeah, I just thought I would have more time to play Twin Suns than I have had, but I don't have time for anything anymore. Legendary Planetary Invasion. All right, why not? More legendaries. I am looking forward to Twin Suns expanding next set, so having bigger decks. I think that'll start to get. I think it's going to get continue to get more interesting too. But I haven't played it since set 1. I think they need to push it. I think FFG needs to push it a little more too, though. And I think they're just waiting. Like, they're waiting for it to be its full size and official and everything. Because it does them no good, right? People are like, you should put out Twin Suns pre-cons. But they shouldn't do that yet, because it'd be so silly to have a Twin Suns pre-con that's a 50-card deck that lasts for one set, and then next set they have Twin Suns is supposed to be 80 cards. It's like, well, sorry, your pre-con is no longer a legal deck. That would be really bad. So I assume they will do Twin Suns pre-con, especially now that we've seen they're doing things like collector boosters and stuff too. I assume they'll do Twin Suns pre-cons down the line. Maybe even with like special Twin Suns cards in them and stuff. And that kind of stuff will help make the format more popular, but also just once the full OP circuit is out, and like if they cement Twin Suns as a common side event that people are playing, maybe with like some cool prizes right away to get people kind of interested and invested, that'll help a little bit. But like the big thing about I think all that will help it kind of get going right away. But ultimately, people need to just decide that they think it's fun enough to play. Because Commander didn't get big in Magic because it got pushed. It got big just because people were like, wow, this is really fun. I want to keep doing this. So hopefully when they expand the deck size and everything, people really latch on and start to really dig it as a casual play thing. Malevolence and Foil, Padme. Smuggle was a great addition to Twin Suns. Yeah, I know we'll see more Smuggle. Smuggle's a great mechanic in general. The commons have the high ground. I missed that right away, yeah. That's funny. The unsorted cards kind of control my life, unfortunately. Hyper Duchess's Champion, Shadow Collective Camp, and Hyperfoil Disruptive Burst. Ooh, get destroyed, Dooku. Get destroyed, Newt Gunray. Insane Hyperfoil tech. Quinlan. Admiral Yularen, and a foil Coruscant Guard. This is box number 2 of case number 2. No showcase yet. No showcase will be found in the opening of these boxes, I'm pretty sure. The deeper we get, the less likely it becomes that we will find one. Or something. On the doorstep, Hyper. We got Count Dooku and Foil Saw Gerrera. Lots of Dookus. We need, now there are 2 of them, though. I already expect I'm not going to get a showcase, but I really at least want to get my playset of now there are 2 of them, because like I've built so many decks with that card so far. It would be really disappointing to not get a playset and have to track them down. Unnatural Life and Foil Rush Clovis. Thank you, Central. Thank you for believing. You keep the spark alight. The spark of hope. Hope in a future with a showcase. Oh, of course, after getting the 3 in my pre-release box today, Hyperfoil Outspoken Representative. Maul. I have the high ground and Death by Droids foil. Have we opened a legendary yet in this, or was this box that had Maul? Did this box have Maul? Yeah, this is the box that had Maul and Planetary Invasion so far. Okay, yeah, we opened legendaries here. We have. I'm pretty sure, at least. I think I'm remembering that right. Hyper Droid Deployment. Legendary Legendary Gore! Another one added to the pile. Let's see if I open more Gores in 2 cases of Unlimited than I opened Dong Zhao's in 3 cases of Grand Archive. Because that would be insane. And we're headed towards that right now. We had 7 Dong Zhao Ultra Rares, which are 1 per box. In Ultra Rares are 1 per box, and there's 8 of them in Mortal Ambition, I believe. And I opened 7 of the same one in 18 boxes. So how are we? Well, let's do it. Let's check. Let's do a check. Quick Gore count check. Here we got 1, 2 Gore, 3 Gore. That was Hyper, but it counts. 4 Gore, 5 Gore, 6 Gore. We are 1 Gore short of the same number of Gores that we opened Dong Zhao's. And Gore is not a valuable legendary, unfortunately. Oh, man. That's rough. Imagine I open like 8 Gores and no showcases. Dude, showcase Palp, I would lose it. I would lose it. I would lose it. I might actually cry. I might. Don't doubt me. I might actually cry if I got a showcase Palp. Falchion Ion Tank Hyperfoil. Needed that 4/6 Sentinel for 6. Mace Windu. I will at least lose my voice. Unlimited power. Okay. If I open a showcase Palp, I will probably lose my voice. My wife will hear it slightly before you all know. She'll hear me scream. If she's listening right now, I'm letting her know in advance. If I'm screaming, it's because I got the Palp. Hopefully hopefully YouTube like cuts my volume a little bit. Barris, foil, AET. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Sir Spud. I will sell them now. Chase cards are weird right now. I think the prices for a lot of things are strange and need adjustment. I think now there are 2 of them is the best legendary in the set. We got a Zillow Beast, and we got a Hyperfoil Aid from the Innocent rare, which is an interesting card. I keep looking at this thing and thinking like, huh, this thing seems kind of good, but I haven't figured out a shell for it yet. But it does seem good. What am I doing? Commons on the rare pile? What's my problem? Oh, it's because Barris was on top. I thought she was a common. Hold a showcase Palp from the first pack of the first box. Seagull, are you kidding me right now? Oh my god, congratulations. That's so awesome. Holy cow, that is nuts. Man. I can only imagine. Hyper Huyang, 5s, and Confederate Tri-Fighter foil. Last pack of box 2. Last pack luck? Last pack luck of box 2. Do you guys believe? Do you guys think? Showcase Palpatine! Nalase. Okay. Just Nalase. If I called it, wow, it would have been crazy. You always got to call it. You have to call it because it's worth it when you're right. You're expected to be wrong, but when you get it right, it's amazing. All right, that was box 2. Box 2. Oh yeah, had the Maul Hyper. Maul Hyper carrying box 2. Wow. Okay. Time to lock in Palp. 4 boxes. If we could just see as many, now there are 2 of them as we've seen Gores in these boxes. Seagull, no. I don't pull showcases. They're not real. This is, let's see, this is box 3 of case 2, which means 637. This is my 40th box of Star Wars Unlimited without a showcase so far. Maybe it just takes 40 boxes to get a showcase. Maybe that's all it takes. Whoa, Pinakes finished a card without losing motivation. Yes, let's go. I'm so excited for you. Thank you. I'm so happy that... Thank you for telling me, first of all. I'm so happy that we can provide that kind of just laid back, chill experience to help you focus. For people who don't know, Pinakes is this, frankly, god tier artist. And he probably disagrees. He's going to be a modest artist and disagree. They all are. That's fine. You can do that. But I am allowed to have my opinion. Pinakes is a god tier artist for Grand Archive TCG. You can look up their art. You can find him on Twitter. You can look up his art. You can look it up on Index. Look at the art he's done and come back here and try and tell me that the man is not a god tier artist. You won't be able to. So Pinakes hangs out on our streams a lot. I love it so much. Every time I love when Pinakes chimes in and says hello. So great. Playset of... yeah, we'll agree to disagree. Fair enough. Fair enough. Playset of Planetary Invasion, your first box. You mean your box with your showcase Palpatine? Hey, I've only got one Hyperfoil Legendary so far as my best pull, and it was Planetary Invasion. So some of us are just taking what we can get here. All right? Yeah, in my universe, they just decided not to put showcases in Star Wars. I live on Peridia. In this part of the universe, we don't have showcases. General's Blade foil legendary, $2 legendary in foil. Let's go. This has to be worth at least $3. At least it's my first one. I guess I'd rather get Gores than Invasions of Christophsis, but... And every time it happens, it's a dong/gore fest. Yeah. True, though. That's okay. I'd rather have you here and not pull showcases. And pull 7 dongs, Pinakes. I'd rather have that. Alright. Unmasking Conspiracy and... Ooh. Hyperfoil of probably a playable card, actually. A playable sideboard card at worst. Bloodsport. Star Wars has a Pyroclasm now. Here to wipe the tokens away. Hyper Dooku. Alright, that'll be good because I'm not going to get a showcase one anytime soon. And it's not like I'm going to be able to trade. Like, my boxes for Shadows... I didn't get a showcase, but the legendary pulls were kind of cracked. I got like a million Crate Dragons and a bunch of Poes and stuff, and like it was feeling good. So far for Twilight, it's no showcase, and it's 6 Gores. So like, I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what to make of that. Foil Rune Hako. Showcase Gore for the first time ever. You didn't think it was possible. But there he is. We got a Django. We got Malevolence and a Foil Separatist Super Tank. You know, I was grabbing my cases from the back at the shop today, too. And I was like, I was sat there and I was like, which 2 should I grab? I'm looking at it. And apparently I grabbed the gore-filled ones. We got a Hyper Foil Droid Deployment. That's a neat looking Hyper Foil. That looks cool. But hey, we got that Hyper Foil Volunteer Soldier, gang. Let's go. That was hot. Probably trade that for a couple of showcases, to be honest. Like, probably could do that. Captain Typho, Hyper. Rare Fine Edition, Foil Republic Attack Pod. Newt Gunray. Droid Deployment Hyper Non-Foil. Right after the Hyperfoil, too. Luxbon Terry. We got a private manufacturing to go with all our droid deployment. And a foil droid deployment. Oh, my goodness. March of the Droids in this box. Come on. Now there are two of them. Let's get one more for our set. We need it. We need it. I'm always chasing stuff that I need in these openings. I feel like I could never go to an opening without being like, wow, the one card I needed, and I haven't pulled it. Sometimes at the very end it comes back, but man, I just want it. I want it to be easy one day, you know? I want to have one of these openings that's just like, oh, cool. I'm 4 boxes in and I got the playset of the card I wanted the most, and here's a showcase or a CSR or whatever. Double Kit Fisto box pack there. Pulled a regular Hyper Yoda today. Yeah, for sure. I love that art too. I prefer that to the promo one by quite a bit, actually. 501st Liberator. Dooku. Foil Kalani. Now there are two of them. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to call it. I'm trying to get it. Unmasking Conspiracy. I saw it was yellow. I was like, yeah, yellow card. Just a conspiracy to unmask. How do you guys feel about the OP promos? Do you want them to change them starting in Jump to Lightspeed as far as like the colored border or the choices of cards or whatever? I really hope they, starting in Jump to Lightspeed, they have a different graphic design layout on the promos than that gradient color border. I'm not a fan of it. Just regular hypers are so much nicer. Like, I don't need a big colored border to blast me and remind me, oh yeah, this is a yellow card. Hey, we did get a yellow legendary. At least it's Ahsoka. It's not Gore. Mark safe from Gore number 7. Well, I don't want to speak too soon, actually. I can maybe say that at the end of the stream today, but certainly not yet. Box number 40, huh? This is wild. Box number 40 with no showcase to speak of. Obi-Wan. Kenobi-Wan. Multi-troop transport. Where am I doing? Okay. Uncommons. Hyper on top of things. Oh, good. Invasion of Christophsis, number 2. And a Hyperfoil Republic Attack Pod. Well, it wasn't Gore. I guess I can give it that. Whoa, we got flipped over cards in this pack. Messed up pack here. Let's see. Hyper common. We got some just more flipped over commons. We got a Hyper Kalani rare. Oops, I did this wrong. What am I doing? Again. Aid from the Innocent rare and foil Falchion Ion Tank. I haven't actually gotten that many Ahsokas. Gore and Unlimited Power has showed up a few times. I think that's my 3rd Ahsoka. I think that's the playset. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we had a Hyper Ahsoka too. Yeah, it was 2 regular Ahsokas and a Hyper. Ahsoka's fine so far. My showcase is still waiting to be opened. Okay, I can say that. Yeah, my showcase is still waiting to be opened, guys. It's coming. Don't worry. All right. Folks, listen. And by the way, my showcase is coming. Here it comes. Here it comes. I believe the showcase is going to be later in this box. Waiting for me in those packs. Beautiful little showcase. Foil Nameless Valor. There's 2 packs left. It wanted to be at the end. It's so exciting. Positive is there's only been 1 clone. That is a positive. Hey, I like that. I like that. We don't need more of those. We have House City and Foil Favorable Delegate. Yeah, I think this card's good. Favorable Delegate's good card. Last pack. Last pack magic. Foil. Showcase. Palpatine! I'll say. Nala say. We got a Bo-Katan and a foil holdout blaster. Okay, we got too many commons and uncommons. We got to downsize again before we move on to case 2, box 4, also known as my 41st box of Star Wars Unlimited. 40 boxes, no showcase. 40 boxes, no showcase. Wild. Wild stuff, everyone. Wild stuff. Do not know what it feels like. Too many uncommons here too. All right. There we go. All right, this is box 41. Twilight Republic. In these last 3 boxes, we really need to see 2. Now there are 2 of them. To at least be able to build these decks I've been working on. Nick has a good feeling about box 5. Okay. So box 4 will maybe just be like a double now there are 2 of them box. Like we'll get like a hyper and a regular, and then box 5 will have the showcase. Grand Archive TCG, yo, welcome. Wowee. Should charge people more for the box you don't, but that was the joke we were making earlier on our Discord. That some people have higher showcase rates because I eat up all the non-showcase boxes for them. Yeah, we should charge more. I agree. Hey, speaking of which, if you guys need more product, jwwcards.com. We still got plenty. Discount code main deck for 5% off. They're at 90 right now. You get 5% off that with the discount code. General Grievous Hyper though, we'll take that. Okay, we'll take that. Hey, this box is off to a good start. It's like, hey, you know what? I got your back. I got your back. Dan, don't worry. It'll be okay. Because it'll be box 42. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. It is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Commons, hyper, commons, uncommons, Huyang, foil Pelta. Once I get my first showcase, then I'll start pulling them like crazy. Life hack, don't ever pull a showcase, then you never have to worry about pulling them like crazy. Legendary, Kiadi Mundi, that's our second one. All right, this box is trying to hook us up, guys. I'm telling you. We got 2 Kiadis now. That's good. That's good. Newt Gunray. Newt Gunray, baby. We haven't hit our 7th gore yet. We haven't completely donged out. Hyperfoil number 2 of Dwarf Spider Droid, actually. And a Sand Hill. Django. Hey, remember when I was like, well, I'll probably build whatever deck I pull a showcase for. Guess I'm not playing the game anymore. Can't build a deck. Don't have a showcase. We'll see. It's still coming, right? Box 4. Box 42. Lucky 42. Or Power Button thinks it's here. Hyper Mall. I just want this to deliver the legendaries I want. That's my main desire here. Whoops. What am I doing? Losing control of my life. Alright. We got a Compassionate Senator Hyper, Saw Gerrera, Foil Droid Starfighter. Ha! Captain Rex. Captain Rex. You know, you open enough packs eventually, right? And it's like, you open so many packs that don't have a hit in them. It feels like it's so much effort to get really excited for any individual pack and be like, this is the one. But also, I haven't gotten a lot of sleep the last few days. I'm pretty just tired in general. Yo, no. Padme. Hyper Knight. We got a... Okay, it's our 3rd Cad Bane. This box, though, guys. Actually, though, this box has been hitting legendaries like nobody's business. Good ones, too. Wow. Okay, box number 3. Kind of bringing it back. They had me in the first half. Not gonna lie. But kind of hitting fire right now. We got a Rush Clovis and a Hyperfoil Advanced Recon Commando. Yeah. Yeah, box ain't bad. Box ain't bad. Pow City, Foil Padme. Oops. Oh my god. I swear my brain just doesn't work anymore. Okay. Come on. We got a Hyper Kit Fisto. That's cool. Hyper Kit Fisto's pretty rad. Fine Edition and a Foil Infantry. Solid Hyper Rare. Django Hyper. Drop in. Bactoid Hyper. We got a Count Dooku and a Foil Hidden Sharpshooter. I think there should probably still be one more non-treatment, just like regular legendary in this box. Usually there's 3, not always, but usually. As long as it's not gore. Aid from the Innocent, Foil Typho. Or as Taylor says, Captain Typo. Commons. Masa Meta and a Foil ATTE Vanguard. I'm happy that we hit the 3rd Cad Bane. I wasn't thinking about that too much, but I definitely did want to get a 3rd one of those. So that was nice. Poggle the Lesser and a Hyperfoil 501st Liberator. Which is not a bad card either. 3/3 for 3 with a heal 3's kind of cool. The heal 3's not terrible at all. We got a rare Corner of the Prey and a foil Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Yo, Panchichi, what's up? Yeah, let's go showcase. Come on. We're really praying for it right now. This has been tough. This has been rough. These 40... Okay, we got another Ahsoka. All right. That's all right. And a Hyperfoil Vulture Interceptor Wing. So, Ahsoka was our third regular legendary in that box. Just 2 boxes left after this, man. 41 boxes without a showcase so far. This is really getting, really gets to you. Really weighs you down. Oh, okay, we got a Resolute too. All right. I'll take that. Again, it's not a Gore. It's another legendary. And it isn't Gore. Power button, I think you were wrong because we had Resolute. Resolute was next. So last 2 boxes, maybe gonna just deliver on the now there are 2 of them. They're keeping us, they're really building the anticipation here. Another Kit Fister. Oh, a foil Ki-Adi-Mundi too. Wow, this box was pretty wild for legendaries. Went to the pre-release. Someone got a showcase with a single prize pack. Holy cow. That's crazy. Can you even imagine? That's amazing. Calculating. Magna Guard. Brain Invaders. Foil Republic Attack Pod. We have 3 more packs left in box 41, and then we're at the one we're told 42. 42 is where the showcase magic is going to happen. That's what they say. That's what they all say. They're all saying it. Two packs left here, though. Can we get like a, whatever, 7th legendary or something at least? That would be pretty wild. We got a Hyper Newt. We got a Hyper Favorable Delegate. Nice. Fan. Big fan. Big fan. We got a Hyper Jar Jar. Okay, that's a great Hyper. Love it. Cool. We got an Enfys Nest and a foil Disaffected Senator. Last pack magic in box 41. Last pack magic. It's a Hyper Padme. It is not a showcase. Starting with a Hyper Leader Hyper Base. Going to a Hyper Jessie. Going to a Luminara and then a foil Grim Resolve to close it out. That was box 41, everyone. All right. Box 42. Our second to last box tonight. Wow. The tension. The anticipation. This is, I truly want to thank my cases for making this a high anticipation stream for everyone. How nice to get to the end of the stream and be so excited about the potential of pulling something incredible right here in box 42. But actually, first I want to... This is box 41, which was Hyper Grievous, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Foil Ki-Adi-Mundi, Cad Bane, Ahsoka, and Resolute. Like, that was a pretty good box. All things considered. I'm not going to complain about that box. First pack, box 42. Let's do it, baby. Showcase. Okay, Newt Gunray. Newt Gunray is what I was saying. Newt Gunray. We got a 5s. Hyper 5s. General's Blade. Foil. Droid Starfighter. Please, God, give our guy a showcase. Oh. Yep, I feel the same way. Weirdly enough. Fine addition is what a showcase would be. A fine addition to my collection. At least I'll have my showcase Afra coming in that I can use in my Afra deck. Hyper Wartime Trade Official. We got a Hyper Bloodsport. We got a Pow City and the Grim Resolve. Randall says, Pack 21. Grab it out and wait till the end. I don't know. Which side is Pack 21 on? I don't actually know. Well, I see. 24, 3, 2, 1. Left side? Do you think second from the bottom on the left? I would do 4, 3, 2, 1. This would be Pack 21. All right. Randall says to save this pack till the end. That's either Randall or Javen, actually. I don't know who it is. Okay. We're going to save this to the end. This is Pack 21 in box 42. 21 being half of 42. You like that? You like that flip? The Power Morpher flip? It never works, obviously. I didn't need to say that. But, you know, it's fun. We try it. Rush Clovis, Foil Infantry. Yeah, I thought it was Javen. All right, Javen. I've set it aside. We'll see. If you're right, I'll buy you a Blizzard, bud. Plo Koon, Caught in the Crossfire, and a foil hidden sharpshooter. Nothing too exciting there. Half of 42, the Sacred Pack. The Sacred Pack is set aside. The Sacred Pack is set aside. It will be opened after the final box. We got a Sand Hill and a foil Shakti. No legendaries yet in this box, which means they are holding back on the now there are 2 of them for us. We got Watt Tambor. Hyper Watt is a rare, so he can go here. Hyper Watt. 1.21 Hyper Watts. Huyang and a foil Duchess's Champion. Really, bud? I ain't lying. Hyper Mall. Execute Order 66. Better be a giant blizzard. There's a special going. It'll be a large. Well, I don't know if your dad will let me do that, but if he does, I'll get. And if you want one, I guess I'll get you a large blizzard of your choice. Masa Meta and Phase 1 Clone Trooper foil. Yo, Maul, what's up? What's up, Maul? Okay, here are all the hypers. We haven't had... A bunch of those packs didn't have any hypers in them. Hyper on the doorstep. This one's full of hypers. Admiral Trenchington. We got a Ki-Adi-Mundi, first legendary in here. And then a... Ooh! Hyperfoil Sabine Wren as a Hera fan. That's at least, well, throw around. This is a nice hyper to open. Definitely going to put this to use. Nice. Nice hyper. Nice hyper foil. And Ki-Adi-Mundi. Okay, you get a medium then. You got it. If that pack has a hyper or has a showcase in it, you will get a medium blizzard. Javen, is Randy playing Tarkov? Cad Bane? Cad Bane, though. Cad Bane, baby. That's nice. And a Hyperfoil Bold Recon Commando. What? I don't know if these are still, like, trackable, but when we got the... Now there are two of them. That came with a Satine and Ayla. Yeah, we've only gotten one Ayla, one now there are two of them. We did get a second Satine, maybe even a third one. I can't remember. Oh, interesting. Okay. At least we've been getting a lot of Cad Banes and Grievuses, though. Those help prod things up a little bit. And we haven't seen a Gore since the 6th one. We kind of shamed him into not showing up anymore. Hyper, Mr. Bones, Saw Gerrera, Foil Droidica Security. He's looking at TCG Player. He's looking at what showcase he can buy me because he feels bad. No, I'm just kidding. Don't buy it on TCG Player. Make an offer on eBay. Or if you buy it on TCG Player, make sure to use my affiliate link. Can't forget that. Rush Clovis, Foil, Caught in the Crossfire as well. Couple rares there. Double rare pack. Box 42. Now, we did pull out the Sacred Pack, so we're not expecting a showcase here because the showcase is in the Sacred Pack. Jin and Foil Self-Destruct. Getting that signature foil dust everywhere from Star Wars packs. We love the dust. Kit Fisto and a foil clone cohort. I was about to say I'm getting worried, but I'm not. Because I have the Sacred Pack set aside. So I know where my showcase is. Do you know where your showcase is? We got a Hyper Resolute. That's nice. Pretty cool. Petronaki and then a foil Royal Guard Attaché. Another legendary. Another legendary. That's always good to see. We got an Aid from the Innocent and a foil Republic Attack Pod. We got a Django. We got a Topoka City. That's thematic. Oops. We got a Hyperfoil here. Whoa. Some kind of a ship, I think. Got a Fine Edition and a Hyperfoil Senatorial Corvette. Wishing it was in your hands. You want to open it for me? I'm definitely not waiting. I'm opening it here. Okay, we got no cool hypers here. We just got a Morgan and a foil favorable delegate. We got a Dooku. We got a Hyperfoil Battle Droid, Super Battle Droid. Look at this. Look at this big boy. 3 for a 4/3. Does it get any better than that? Yes. Grievous is 3 for a 4/4. It does. That is better than that. Quinlan Hyper MTT. Nameless Valor, Mas Ameda. This is a weird song. Nah, I don't need a song called Flying Kites right now. It's not, this is supposed to be lo-fi hip-hop, and like I would not call that lo-fi hip-hop. I don't know what that was. Foil B2 Legionnaires. Oh. Yeah, sure. That's fair. Obi-Wan. Level 13. We got a Indefensive Camino. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Actually, Foil Private Manufacturing. And our last pack, other than the Sacred Pack, had a Newt Gunray in this box. We got one box left. Kit Fisto, foil, clear the field. One box, and then the held Sacred Pack. The Sacred Pack, which may have a legendary in it, actually. Pull a Dash Rendar yet? No, Kel. No Dash Rendars yet. Here's the Sacred Pack, by the way. You see it's still held. It's still set aside. Supposed to be my showcase pack. No, Kel, we are going into box 43 having, well, minus one pack, but having not pulled a showcase. No Dash Rendars. We are missing two copies of a legendary that I specifically wanted to get a playset of. So it's kind of a, you know, mixed experience so far. Reminds me a bit of your GA opening, unfortunately. All right, box number one, or excuse me, pack number one of box number 12. But keep in mind, at the end of this box, we have this one leftover pack from box 11 to open. And we're going to start out with Count Dooku. I was feeling to see if I could feel the foil of a showcase, but I couldn't because it wasn't one. I don't know if I can even feel that. We got, like, I think our second Roger somehow. There isn't a rarity to them. They're all the same printing. Some person out there opened 6. Now there are 2 of them instead of 6 scores. Yeah, I have your GA luck here. Corner of the Prey and a foil Shakti. Yeah, new Gunray. It feels like it's always new Gunray when I try to do the power morpher opening method. Pyrrhic Assault. First legendary in this box is a Pyrrhic Assault. At least it's not a Gore. We got a Yoda. Luminara. Foil Volunteer Soldier. Whoo! Getting down there, folks. Getting down there. This is dicey. Really just want to see now there are 2 of them. But we have to get pretty lucky now to finish that playset. I hate that we've left it up to luck, but we got a Hyperfoil Series officer who is out of mana all the time, apparently. People who played WoW get that one, I guess. We have Petronaki and a foil fine edition rare. Nice. I think I have a playset of foil fine editions. Gore is the greatest. Gore is certainly an expensive card with a lot of keywords. Got a Hyper Patrolling AAT. We got a Poggo the Lesser and a foil B1 attack platform. Quinlan. Bo-Katan. Foil low altitude gunship. Oh man. Anakin Skywalker. Hyper, at least. He's hyper. Ah, this is all flipped over now. I got all confused. We got a Hyper B2. Regular B1s. Legendary Darth Maul. It's only our second Darth Maul legendary. I have a feeling I'm going to be like trading these for now there are 2 of them because I have the convention exclusives to use. So I can probably freely trade those. So at least there's that. I saw people ranking all the legendaries and they put only him in S tier. That is not true. That can't even be close to true. That is the least true thing you've ever said to me. And you've said some not true things to me before, Javen. All right. Invisible Hand and Foil Duchess's Champion. Goes to show. All right. We have Corner of the Prey. Foil guarding the way. We have a Pre-Vizsla. I feel like I haven't seen him in a little while. We have a Hyper Tactical Officer. Not a bad one. That'll be definitely played. We have a Legendary Resolute. Good. Get more. Ooh, and a Foil Legendary Ayla. That's our second one of those. Okay, nice. That was nice to get a second one of those. Pretty rad. Okay. Okay, it's trying to make amends with me a little bit. Hey, Newt. Every time I do that, every time I make that noise, it's goddamn Newt Gunray. What the hell? We got a Hyper Tranquility here in our uncommon slot. Nice. Consolidation of Power and a foil Hidden Sharpshooter. Whoop. Padme. We got a Hyper Dendups Loyalist. We got a Hyper Reprocess. We had a Foresight and a Foil Obedient Vanguard. Although it was him and now there are two of them, so he was still... I don't think Gore is an S tier legendary. Nuh-uh. He's not felt very good to me so far. General's Blade and a Hyper Foil Dendups Loyalist. Wow. Wow. I hate to say it, folks. I think we are walking away without a showcase today. Once again, the streak continues. Perhaps. Enfys Nest Foil Droid Cohort. Lucas, that's exactly what I've been saying. That is 100% what I've been saying. 10. Every time I've tested him out in a couple of builds, and every time when I have him in my hand like this, it's 2 resources away from feeling like a good play. Literally, I've said exactly the same thing. I think if you go back to the start of the video, I said Gore feels like he should cost 10. 12 is just a little too much. Heavy Persuader Tank Hyper. Hyper Heavy. Invisible Hand and Foil Zero the Hutt. We are down to 4 packs left in our final box, plus the Sacred Pack at the end, the so-called Sacred Pack. We got a Hyper Freelance. We got a Count Dooku. We got a Foil Phase 1. Want to buy Sacred Pack, will buy Medium Blizzard, will never open it. Schrodinger's Showcase. Was there supposed to be a GA podcast episode today? The GA podcast got delayed because of a video commission that I had that was on an extremely tight timeline. So we weren't able to record it this week. Taylor also had to take time playing in the in Valk's Content Creator League. So the GA podcast should be up next week. Sorry about the delay. That's what happened though. Roger. And hey, Hyperfoil Admiral Yularen. That's at least a cool hyper. It is not over till the Sacred Pack has been opened. True. When you're right, folks. We got Mace Windu's lightsaber and a foil unmasking the conspiracy. We have a Chancellor Palpatine. Not a showcase. We have a Republic Commando. We have a Hyper Chancellor Palpatine. That's cool. I only had one of these, so there's a second one. Nice. It's not quite the yellow legendary I wanted, but at least it's one I needed. 2 packs left in the box, then we finish it off with the Sacred Pack, everyone. 2 packs left in the box. We get a Hyper Yoda. Kind of a cool start. We have an Enfys Nest and a Foil Clone Cohort. And this is the very last pack of the last box, but not the last pack of the stream. Well, let's see if what was hiding this whole time was a last pack magic moment in this box. All right, last pack of box 12 before the Sacred Pack is open. It is Newt. It's Newt Gunray again. It's Newt Gunray again. Yay! Newt Gunray. And then a Sandhill of the Banking Clan. All right. Everyone, we have 1 pack. We have 1 pack. 1 pack in a dream. Get newted. 1 pack in a dream here, folks. Can you do me a favor? Can you just, if you haven't liked or hearted or whatever, or commented recently, can you just toss something in there for your favorite unlucky content creator? Give me a little bit of that. Let's just build it up a little bit here. Carlos, only 2? This is my last pack, and if I don't have a showcase here, I'm at 43 boxes. I want to impress that upon you. 43 boxes without a showcase. If it's not in here. Thank you guys. Thank you for the interactions. It has to be in here. I think there's a reasonable shot there's a legendary in here based on how that box went that we pulled this from. But it has to be here. And if there's a showcase here, my friend Javen gets a blizzard. This pack, Sir Spud, this pack could be a gore, though. Don't write that off. This pack could be a gore. All right, everyone. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Here it is. Is this a showcase? Oh, thank you for the sub, Central Scrutinizer. Thank you. It's just Captain Rex. Newt showcase would have been insane. Holy cow. Praying for gore right now. Showcase another 2 of them. Nope, sorry. It's Captain Rex. It's Captain Rex. It's a Hyper Confederate Courier. It's a legendary Ayla Secura. I told you it's probably a legendary. That's our 3rd legendary Ayla. And the Ryloth Militia foil. All right. 43 boxes. No showcase. No showcase. 43 boxes. The hunt continues. The hunt continues for a single. I just want to open one, man. I don't even care which one. I'll take a Finn. I just want to open one. I'm playing Afra next week at Locals. I had to buy that showcase. Oh, man. How did we end up on things? That's the big question. Let's take a quick look at our showies here. Or not our, excuse me, our legendaries. We don't have showies. Have Gib pick it for, run it back. Hang on, I got keys. I got keys. I'm going back into the shop. I'm getting another case. Okay. Let's just pop these all out here, shall we? See where we're at with everything. Cad Bane, Kiadi, Resolute, Ahsoka, Cad Bane, Kiadi, Grievous, Christophsis. We gotta move my scissors here. Christophsis, Ahsoka, Christophsis, Unlimited Power, Gore, Invasion, Maul, Power, Pyrrhic, Gore, Invasion, Unlimited Power, Grievous, Palpatine, Gore, Resolute, Hyperspace Foil, Planetary Invasion, Kiadi, Cad Bane, Ahsoka, Gore, Pyrrhic Assault, Unlimited Power, Planetary Invasion, Gore, Grievous. Now there are two of them, but now there's one of them. Satine, Ayla, Ahsoka, Grievous, Gore, Clone. The one clone. Planetary Invasion, Satine, Planetary Invasion, and Cad Bane. Alright. So we ended up with 2 Palpatines. 4 Cad Banes. That's good. Take that. We take that. 4 Ahsokas. Not bad. 1. Are they 2? Now there are 2 of them. May legit pay you for the case so you open a showcase and feel really bad but also happy. No, please. You don't have to. Don't do anything like that. That's wild. 6 showcases out of 20 boxes, Carlos. I'm very happy for you. That's insane. That must have felt incredible. That must have felt incredible. Dad'll buy you a large blizzard to help. At this point, I would not turn down drowning my sorrows in a large blizzard. 4 Kiadi Mundis. We got 4 Grievouses, including a Hyper. We walked away with only 2 Christophsis, which we'll take, and 2 Satines, which we'll take. The red ones are pretty funny. 4 Resolutes. Those really were coming out towards the later boxes. 2 Mauls, including a Hyper. 4 Unlimited Power, including a Hyper. This one was a doozy. 6 Planetary Invasions, including a Hyper Foil. And then 5 regulars. Just no foils, no hypers. Just have some Planetary Invasions. Have 5 of them. 1 clone. That was good. 3 Pyrrhic Assaults. 3 Aylas. And the 6 Gores. 4 regular, 1 foil, 1 hyper. Ended up only getting 6. I was pretty sure I was going to open more Gores, so I'm kind of impressed. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, I was lucky on the Christophsis. Ultimately, like, the legendaries weren't bad. Running it back now, thinking about it, like, 4 Cad Banes, good. Like, good on Ahsoka's. Couple of Mauls, including a Hyper. Got some Kiadis. Got the Grievouses. Like, yeah, okay. I'm not mad about my legendaries. They were all right. I have a little swapping to do on a couple of these, but what do I need? I need 1 Palpatine. How many total do I have here, actually? Am I over expected? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys don't need to hear me count totally, but 20, 30, 40, 50, 52 legendaries. 52 legendaries. out of 12 boxes. So that's a 4 point something showcases, or 4 point something legendaries per box, which is probably a little above average. Sir Spud, can you get a photo with all 6 gore and 7 dong? I actually traded a dong for a 3 visits to Taylor. So I only have 6 dongs now. I only have 6 dongs. Missing, let's see, missing 1 Palpatine. Missing 2, now there are 2 of them. Which is, I feel bad about that one. Wanted that one, but that's okay. Missing 1 Christophsis, 1 Satine, 1 Maul, and 2 clones, I guess. Yeah, so what, that was like 6 or 7 that I'm missing, and I got a lot of extras. So like ultimately I think I did pretty decently on the legendaries, and a lot of the ones I'm missing are low value. It's really just now there are 2 of them. So I'm gonna immediately just like hit up our locals, be like, yo, I'm looking for 2 more copies of this bad boy. Anyone got extras? I got some good legendaries I can trade. That's cool. So I'll be all right on my legendaries. That's all good. We did get 1 Hyperfoil legendary. We got a chunk of hyper rares. We got some good ones too, like Sabine. Hopefully I got enough Sabine rares, actually. I gotta run back and check. Aid from the Innocent. Impropriety Among Thieves. Because there were a couple rares that I got my 3rd copy in like the last box, I'm pretty sure. Of like Roger and stuff. So like I had to make sure I actually got playsets of the rares. 5 hyper rares in this. Of these, Sabine, easily the one, the best hit, the one I'm most excited about. Some decent hyper commons, uncommons. As far as the rares are concerned, let's see, where's this pile? This pile? I'm gonna make sure I have my number one thing. I'm gonna make sure I have my Sabine so I can build Hera 2.0, 3.4. I don't know where I'm at with Hera, but I gotta build my new Hera deck. And then I think people could use a new profile on it once I crack the code on Hera, so to speak. 7 foil, 1 hyperfoil legendary means 2 foil legendary per 3 boxes. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. That's what I hit. I wasn't doing that math. Or is that what you hit? Hey, I have... Okay, where are Sabine's? Yo, like, where are Sabine's, actually? Actually, though. It's all Enfys Nest up in here. Well, I bet people will trade me Sabines if I don't have them. Not everyone is insane like me and likes to play bad decks. Hello? Sabine? Sabine, please? Alright, Power Button, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be hopping off here soon, but we're just doing kind of that final look through. There's a Sabine. We're just trying to, like, make sure we have playsets of some of the things I actually care about. No Hyperfoil Rare Base. That would have been cool. I never get those either. Sabine, though. Sabine, please. Hyper Roger. Sabine, though? She hiding. This is pretty funny, actually. Like, I'm actually not sure if I have a playset of Rare Sabine. I have infinity, like, Chancellors, all the rare leaders. Very easy to get rare leaders. Okay, I do. Okay, we're good. We're good. But it might... Okay, no, here's another. All right. We're good on Sabines. Cool. Well, I am going to have to build a couple decks. I got to play around with some Hera lists. And do some trading. So, no showcases. Par for the course. As I expected. 43 boxes, no showcases. Guys, you were here for box 43. of the continued streak of no showcases. Let's, well, Jump to Lightspeed is going to be kind of weird, right? Because we might be opening some Carbonite edition as well. So make sure to swing back for that. Stay tuned. We got more Star Wars content coming. I know content here is a little eclectic, right? We do Star Wars sometimes, we do Altered sometimes, Grand Archive sometimes. I try to do weekly. I try to like mix it up weekly, but I just don't have a lot of time to get like all of those videos out all the time. But appreciate you all for being subscribed to the channel, tuning in, popping in for the streams, having fun chatting with me. I hope you guys have great luck if you have pulls still to do, or tournaments, or just building some cool decks. Hope you have fun. Hope you enjoy Twilight of the Republic. It's a cool set. I think there's a lot of really cool cards here. Excited as people explore the power of some of these other new cards as well. Yeah, I think maybe Boba should be like manned or something too. That's another, like, it's a take that I've developed these days, but just feels like it's not as exciting to build yellow decks. It's like, well, this would be better if it was a Boba deck. But yeah, other than that, you guys have a great night. I need to get some sleep. I've slept like less than 4 hours every night. 3 hours, barely 3 hours one night. Less than 4 last night, probably closer to 3. Just been doing a lot of work, a lot of videos. So hey, when my overpower, when this video comes out, watch it. Watch that gameplay. Let me know what you think of the gameplay, and comment if you like the gameplay in that gameplay video. If you like the style that we did it in. Panakes, good night. Good luck on your work. Keep it up, man. You kill it. Absolutely. Wednesday. Thanks for showing up tonight. Sir Spud. I don't know who's here, but Sir Spud, Carlos. Carlos popped in late. Red Zone Rogue. Thanks for tuning in. Javen. Yo. Thank you. Panchichi. Good night. Night Central Scrutinizer. Hey, thanks for subbing tonight, man. Thanks for wishing me the luck, even if it didn't pan out. Robert, have a good night. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all, it's been fun. We'll be back. Actually, there's gonna be a lot more streams coming. I have a pile of stuff over there I need to stream, so keep an eye out. I'll be posting like usual when they tune in. Bye everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe next set. Maybe next set.